software development life cycle කියලා එකක් මම ඔයාලට කියලා දුන්නා නේද? එතකොට ඒ life cycle එකේ තියෙන එකක් තමයි where you can first of all at the beginning as you are a programmer or else a software engineer, what you will be doing is the first thing what you will be doing is you will be gathering the details. එහෙමත් නැත්නම් requirements නේද? එතකොට මුලින්ම ඔයාලා මොනවද කරන්නේ? client කෙනෙක් ගාව ගිහින් එයාත් එක්ක කතා කරලා சரியா? அப்ப first நீங்க என்ன செய்வீங்க? ஒரு first step வந்து செய்யறது வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட்டுக்கு ரிக்வயர்மெண்ட் கெதரிங்னு சொல்றது. ஓகே, அப்போ கிளையண்ட்ஸ் கிட்ட போய் நீங்க மீட் பண்ணி அவங்களோட பேசி உங்களுக்கு என்ன தான் வேணும், ஓகே, ஆல் தி டீடைல்ஸ் வில் பி கெதர்ட். And then after that, the second step will be the designing. Okay, so getting all the requirements, you can't just at once, you can't develop the software or else the application, isn't it, using a programming language. But instead of developing it, what you have to do is the first step after getting the requirement, you have to come up with the prototype or else a designing. Okay, එතකොට මේ designing එකෙන්ම දෙකක් තියෙනවා. Okay, so that means the programming designing කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒකට අපි කියනවා pseudo code නැත්නම් flow charts කියලා කියනවා. And then there is something called prototype where you will be designing the interface. Okay, මම ඒ දෙකම කියලා දෙන්නම්. But first of all, let's begin with the inside. That means the coding, the programming designs. Okay, එතකොට මම ඒකට යන්න කලින් last class එකේ ඉගෙන ගත්ත දේවල් පොඩි recap එකක් කරගමු නේද? revision එකක් මම විදියට කරන්නම්. So just within 5 minutes I'll just share the screen and then show you what we actually learned in the last class. Okay, so beginning came, so I taught you that programming is something where you solve a problem, okay, throughout what? The programming language. Okay, programming is what you will be doing is through the computer you will be solving the problem. That's the main thing. Okay, so what a problem එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. Now pick me, Uber, WhatsApp, Zoom, all these were like a solution for a problem, right? එතකොට කාට හරි දැන් කාට් එක හරි කතා කරන්න ඕනේ නම් early days we used to write letters, but now we don't do that. Why is that? Because these WhatsApp and then Instagram, all these applications or as the platforms has given us the opportunity to do that, isn't it? So that means there is a problem, there was a problem, so then they have come up with someone, okay, like programmers like you have come up with a solution, so then that has been solved the problem, right? So ඒ වගේ තමයි programming කියන්නේ ඒ වගේ computerized, okay, computerized solution එකක් දෙනවා අපි මොන හරි problem එකකට. ඒ වගේම ඔයාලට දන්නවා ඔයාටත් programming එකටත් තියෙන අර සම්බන්ධය තමයි computer එකට තියෙනම use එක. Okay, that means if you have a computer without any application, is there is any point of it? No, right? Even though if you have a computer, if you don't have any applications like VLC media player, Photoshop or else office package, if you don't have any of this in your computer, no point of having a computer, right? Even though if you don't have the operating system, then that is also just a minus, right? But that means you don't have anything, isn't it? Just a device, just a computer, that means just an electronic device you will be having, isn't it? So instead of having that, okay, if you have something like software or it's a application, a programmed application where it solves the problem, then there is a point of having a computer, right? Then හිතන්නකෝ දැන් ඔයාගේ phone එකේ ඔයාට මේ නිකන් තියෙන blank මේ blank interface එකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. ඒකේ මොකුත් නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ application එකක්වත් නැත්නම් browser එකක්වත් නැත්නම් internet connection මොකුත්ම නැහැ කියලා හිතන්නකෝ. එතකොට ඔයා ගාව phone එකක් තියලා වැඩක් තියනවද? No, right? There is no any purpose, isn't it? So the aim තමයි ඔයාටත් මේ computer එකටත් තියෙන අර use එක තමයි අර connection එක දෙන්නේ කවුද? මේ programming. Okay. එතකොට programmer කෙනෙක් programming language එකක් පාවිච්චි කරලා develop කරලා තියෙන මොනාරි මේ software එකක්. So because of that software only you have the connection between the computer and you, isn't it? So users connection with the computer begins with what? A software or else a programming application. Okay, so I hope you got the idea. ඒ වගේම තව දෙයක් තමයි ඔයාට දැන් programming concept එක කියලා දෙන්න කියොතින් පුතා දැන් இப்போ உங்களுக்கு programming concept என்னன்னு விளங்கணும்டா இப்போ நாங்க வந்து ஒரு ஹியூமனுக்கு வந்து ஒரு இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் ஒன்று கொடுக்குறேன் சரியா இப்போ எனக்கு இன்னைக்கு ஏன்னு சொல்லி ஒரு பர்சன் நிற்கிறான்னு நீங்க ஸோ நான் அவருக்கு சொல்றேன் எனக்கு வந்து ஒரு கப் ஆஃப் டீ வந்து கொண்டு தாங்கன்னு சொல்லி ஸோ நான் அந்த இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷனை கொடுத்தோடனே தே வில் டூ தட் Okay, if I give an instruction to a human in my human language, whatever the human language that I am talking, so then if they could understand the human language, whatever that I am talking, then they will do the stuff, right? So I am giving an instruction to the human. So the instruction, whatever that I am giving, will be taken where? Throughout the ear, it will be taken to the brain. So the brain is the one will be giving the command to do the thing. So he or she will walk down and then bring the cup of tea, isn't it? Then I will have it, isn't it? So that's how it works when it comes to human. At the same time, the computer also work as the human. Okay, that means in the time අපිට මේ කම්පියුටර් කියන මේ ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනිකල් ඩිවයිස් එකට අපි ඒ අර ලොකු තැනක් දීලා තියෙන්නේ. දැන් අපිට නැත්තම් අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් oven එකක් තියෙනවා, ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනිකල් ඩිවයිස් ෆෑන් එකක් තියෙනවා, AC එකක් තියෙනවා. මේ හැම එකක්ම ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනිකල් ඩිවයිස්. but අපි ඒ හැම ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනිකල් ඩිවයිස් එකකටම දෙන අර ඉම්පෝටන්ට් එකක් නෙවෙයි අපි කම්පියුටර් එකකට දෙන්නේ නේද? And when it comes to your phone or else tab or else your computer, personal computer, laptop, whatever it is, අපි ඒ ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනිකල් ඩිවයිස් වලට වඩා මේකට අපි ඉම්පෝටන්ට් එක වැඩිම දෙනවා නේද? We are giving more important than all the other electronical devices because it has something called CPU. That means if it is like for example human has a brain නේද පුතා? ඒ brain එකක් වගේම තමයි ඔයාගේ කම්පියුටර් එකට තියෙන brain එකක් කියලා කිව්වොත් ඒක තමයි මේ CPU කියන එක. Central Processing Unit කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා පුතා. ஓகே விளங்கிச்சா? சென்ட்ரல் ப்ராசஸிங் யூனிட்னு சொல்லி உங்களோட கம்ப்யூட்டருக்குள்ள இருக்குது. அவர் என்ன செய்வாரு? ஒரு மனுஷன் மூளை என்ன மாதிரி எல்லாம் வேலை செய்யுமோ அதே மாதிரி தான் இந்த சென்ட்ரல் ப்ராசஸிங் யூனிட் வந்து ஒர்க் ஆகும். சரி, எல்லா விஷயமும் செய்யாது, பட் அதுல வந்து ப்ரொசஸ். ஓகே, மெயினா ப்ரொசஸ். இப்ப நான் வந்து ஒரு உள்ளீடு ஒன்று கொடுத்தேன்னு சொன்னா, இப்ப நான் இந்த மைக்கை மியூட் பண்ணணும்னு சொன்னா நான் அது ஒரு கொடுக்குற உள்ளீடு. அப்ப என்னோட கம்ப்யூட்டர்ல இருக்கிற ப்ரொசஸர் என்ன செய்யும்? டக்குன்னு அந்த உள்ளீடு எடுத்துக்கொண்டு ப்ரொசஸ் பண்ணும். ஓகே, டக்குன்னு அது ஸ்டாப் பண்ணணும்னு சொல்லி அதை මියුට් பண்ணிட்டுரும். Okay, so same as that. Okay, that means පුතා දැන් හිතන්නකෝ මම ඔයගේ කම්පියුටර් එකට දැන් මගේ කම්පියුටර් එකේ මම මේ PowerPoint presentation එක double click කරලා open කරනවා කියලා හිතන්න. එතකොට ටික වෙලාවකට පස්සේ මේක open වෙනවනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ මම input එකක් දෙනවා මගේ කම්පියුටර් එකට. එතකොට කම්පියුටර් එකේ තියෙන hardware component එකක් තමයි මේ CPU කියන එක. නේද? ඔයාගේ brain වගේ කම්පියුටර් එකට තියෙන brain එක තමයි මේ CPU නේ. එතකොට එයා මොනවද කරන්නේ? ටක් ගාලා ඉන්පුට් එක අරන් හරි එතකොට මෙයා මේක ඕපන් කරන්න කියනවා කියලා ටක් ගාලා ඕපන් කරලා දෙනවා. එතකොට ඒ අවුට්පුට් එක අපිට දෙනවා. එතකොට ඒ process එක කරන්නේ කවුද? අපේ brain වගේ කම්පියුටර් එකේ තියෙන මේ CPU කියන කෙනා තමයි අර process එක කරන්නේ. Okay, I hope you got it. That means when you are giving an instruction to your computer, the CPU, the central processing center, is the processing center is the one which will be giving which will be taking the input, and then that is the one will be doing the process. Actually the process is the main thing. Okay, so none of the others electronical devices have this kind of a processing unit in it. That's why we don't care much about all the other electronical device. That means now assume that there is a fan. Okay, electronical device means there are some fan could be there, AC could be there, isn't it? So using a remote controller, now even the TV, that is also an electronical device. The TV has a remote, so then you are clicking, assume that you are clicking on one particular button, then that means you are giving an input. According to that it will change, isn't it? But it won't do a huge process. Okay, there won't be any process to be done, so that's why it change and then it will give the output. But when it comes to computer, the phone and all the other stuffs, it does the process. Okay, process එකක් කියන එකක් තමයි mainly මේ computer එකටත් අනිත් electronical device වලටත් තියෙන සම්බන්ධය. That means that is the difference between both the electronical device and the computer. So I hope you got it. So same as human languages, there are many languages just only for the computer. Okay, computer එකට විතරක් understand කරන්න පුළුවන් විදියට languages තියෙනවා. හරිද? එතකොට අපි ඒ වගේ languages වලින් තමයි computer එකට instruction එක දෙන්නේ. එතකොට ඒකෙදී Java වෙන්න පුළුවන්, නැත්නම් C# වෙන්න පුළුවන්, C++ වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මේ වගේ මොනාරි language එකකින් computer language එකකින් තමයි අපි instruction එක දෙන්නේ කාටද? computer එකකට. හරිද? එතකොට computer එකට කියලා කියන්නත් බෑ. We can tell that application එකක්. එහෙමත් නැත්නම් software එකක්. ඒ software එක අපි code කරන්නේ programming language එකකින්. ඒ language එකෙන් අපි කියනවා මේ button එක click කරාම මේක වෙන්න ඕනේ. මේ button එක click කරාම message එක send වෙන්න ඕනේ. මේ button එක click කරාම voice record එකක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. Likewise, the instruction has been already given to each of those buttons. So once after we just press on that particular button, it takes the recording. If not, it sends the message. If not, it takes pictures. Likewise. Okay. Now look at this. Okay, so now look at this picture where it shows that when you are giving some inputs into the computer, so it does the process and then it just give you the correct output. Okay, that means there would be a meaning in output. Okay, කියන්නේ output එකේදී ඔයාට meaningful output එක තමයි දෙන්නේ මේ computer තුලින්. Okay, வேலங்கிஷா அப்ப நீங்க input கொடுக்கறதெல்லாம் அப்படியே input இப்ப நீங்க ஒரு letter ஒன்று டைப் பண்றீங்கன்னா நீங்க கொடுக்கறது ஒவ்வொரு letters தான் டைப் பண்ணுவீங்க. உங்களோட கீபோர்ட்ல ஒன்று ஒன்று டைப் பண்ணுவீங்க. பட் அது அவுட்புட்டா வரக்குள்ள ஒரு அழகான லெட்டரா வந்து அது கன்வெர்ட் ஆகி வரும். ஓகே, அப்ப அது கம்ப்யூட்டர் செய்யற ஒரு பெரிய ஒரு விஷயம். ஓகே, அப்ப வேர்டுன்னு சொல்ற சாஃப்ட்வேர் மூலமோ ஏதோ ஒரு சாஃப்ட்வேர் மூலம் வந்து அந்த அவுட்புட் வந்து நடக்கும். And then look at this picture. Okay, so this according to this picture what it says is when it comes to a real time example, I have to make a computer එකක් විතර ගන්න පුළුවන්. So this is a kind of a small computer. When you go to the airport or somewhere, okay, there you can see this thing. නේද? ඔයාගේ බඩු ටික ඔක්කොම මෙතන තියෙනවා, ස්කෑන් කරන ඊට පස්සේ ඒකෙදි බලලා output එක ඔයාට දෙනවා. So it is kind of an animation but it's not working. Okay, I'll show you the output. There is an animation. Okay. I'll show it to you. I have shared my screen. Can't you see, Puta? Puta, please check out. I have already shared it. Okay, ඒ වගේම තව input එකක් බලන්න. digital camera එකේදී ඔයා input එකක් ගන්නවා. ඊට පස්සේ process එකක් කරනවා ඔයාගේ computer. ඒ කියන්නේ computer එකේ තියෙන්න පුළුවන් දැන් programming language එකකින් develop කරපු softwares ටිකක් Photoshop වෙන්න පුළුවන්, Corel Draw වෙන්න පුළුවන්, Illustrator වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේ software එකකින් අපි මොනවද කරන්නේ? We are doing some editings. After doing the editing අපිට මොනවද ලැබෙන්නේ? print out එකකින් අපිට output එක ගන්න පුළුවන් ඒ picture එකේ. And then also I have already taught you there are few languages. That means early days, okay, මේ computer එක invent කරාට පස්සේ මුලින්ම තිබ්බ අර computer එකත් එක්ක දැන් අපි communicate කරන්න ඕනේනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි human ඒක computer එකක් නේද? So we have to communicate with the computer, isn't it? So then the early days, the programmers came up with something called machine languages where we have to type only zeros and ones. Okay, so all the time we can't, because the computer only understands zeros and ones. It couldn't understand A, B, C, D or any other languages. It understands only zero or ones. Got it? So then machine language එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ ඒ වගේ language එකක්. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් සමහර programmers ලාට විතරක් තමයි දන්නේ මේ වගේ zeros and ones type කරාම මේ process එක වෙනවා කියලා. Okay. But it's really hard for all the other programmers to remember the numbers all the time, isn't it? Even though when it comes to our phone numbers, rather than remembering the phone number, it is easy for us to remember the name, isn't it? That's why we save all the names, isn't it? Even in your contact, okay, phone එකේ contact එකේ ඔයා number එක විතරයිද තියලා තියෙන්නේ? No, right? Instead of having only the number, you have saved the number with their name. So then for human brain එකට හරියටම අර easily understand කරන්න පුළුවන් ඒ වගේම remember කරන්න පුළුවන් දෙයක් තමයි මේ letters නැත්තම් නම කියලා කියන එක. Okay, නැත්තම් text කියන එක. Okay, so ඒ හින්දා තමයි machine language half ඒ වගේම high level language දෙකම එකතු වෙලා වගේ තියෙන language එකක් තමයි මේ assembly language කියන එක. So then they came up with something called assembly languages, but still though it is really hard. Okay, for human, all the programmers won't understand. That means now I can understand a programming language, right? Now high level languages I can like code in Java, C Sharp, Pascal, likewise, isn't it? But assembly language is not like that. Okay, few of the programmers only could understand the assembly language because it's a bit hard. Okay, it includes machine language as well. එතකොට තමයි high level language කියන එකක් අඳුන්වා දුන්නේ කවුද programmersලා මේ කියන්නේ දැන් අපි පාවිච්චි කරනවා වගේ PHP වෙන්න පුළුවන්, Java වෙන්න පුළුවන්, C# වෙන්න පුළුවන්, C++ වෙන්න පුළුවන්, C වෙන්න පුළුවන්, Pascal වෙන්න පුළුවන්. All these languages has been invented just to make human understand the computer language. That means we won't understand the computer language actually, but we can communicate with the computer. That means we can give instruction to the computer. There is something called compiler and interpreter in the computer, inside the computer. So what it does is it will compile the high level language into machine language. It's like a barrier, or else like a we can say that a broker. That means they are the one who will be compiling it, and then they will be giving it to the machine. Then once after the machine understands and does all the works, it will take it back again, and then it will compile it in again, and then it will show the output whatever that we need. Okay, in our language. Understood? So ඒ වගේ තමයි මේ computer එකේ ඔයා හැම වෙලේම, even if you just click through your mouse, ඔයාගේ mouse එකෙන් ඔයා click කරත් ඒක වුණත් okay මොනවද වෙන්නේ නම් ඒකෙන් වුණත් input එකක් යනවා zeros and ones වලින්. Okay, so that's how the computer work. Okay, so within like milliseconds plenty of like machine language, machine code get into the computer. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, so it goes to the CPU කියනවා හරි මේක කරන්න කියලා. එතකොට ඔයාට දන්නේ ඒක කොහොමද වැඩ කරන්න කියලා, like assume. Okay, within a millisecond කොච්චරක් නම් යනවා වෙන්නේ ඉතින් ඔයා type කරන්න 8 bit 8 bit 8 bit කියලා ඒ වගේ ගොඩාක් inputs යනකොට how long will it take, isn't it, to the computer? And then binary කියලා කියන්නේ 0 and 1 කියන එක. Okay, so 0 ඔයාට ගන්න පුළුවන් off කියලා, 1 එක on කියලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. Even this picture, it has been created with the binary value. That means on off off on likewise. Okay, that's how this binary digit works. And then even in binary digit, if you take a bit, it is one value. Okay, bit එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ එක value එකකට. 0 වෙන්න පුළුවන්, එහෙමත් නැත්නම් 1 වෙන්න පුළුවන් එකක්. 0 එක්ක 0 if not 1. சரியா? பிட்னு சொன்னா நாங்க என்ன சொல்லுவோம், ஒன்று வந்து அது 0 வைக்கலாம், அப்படி இல்லாட்டி அது 1 வைக்கலாம். ரெண்டும் சொல்லலாம். பிட்னு சொல்லி ஒரே ஒரு வேல்யூக்கு. அதே மாதிரி you might have like measurement එක තියෙනවනේ. දැන් අපි kilograms, grams ඒ වගේ අපි measure කරනවා වගේ, when it comes to computer there is something called byte, bit, MBs, megabytes. Okay, අපි කියනවා GBs කියලා කියනවනේ, gigabytes කියලා කියනවා එකට, kilobytes කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා, terabytes කියලා තියෙනවා. Likewise there are like measurements when it comes to data measurements are there. Okay, so ඒකෙන් එකක් තමයි මේ bit කියන එක තමයි first අර gram, milligram කියලා කියනවනේ අපි. So same as that, bit is the smallest amount. That means that is the smallest what we can call that. We can say that that is the smallest measurement. Okay, then after byte there is bit. Okay, after bit there is something called byte where it includes 8 bits. Okay, they make a balance 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 1 0 make a 8 bit තියෙන byte එකක්. Okay, මේක මේ එකට අපි කියනවා 8 bit තියෙන එකකට අපි කියනවා byte එකක් කියලා. So if we gather 1024 bytes together, then it is called 1 KB. If we gather 1024 KBs, it is called, and it is known as MBs. Okay, likewise there are measurement. Okay, I will be teaching later on, don't worry. එතකොට bytes bits කියන මේ දේවල් ඔයා ටිකක් දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. Okay, ඒ වගේම තමයි මේ බලන්න ඔයාගේ කම්පියුටර් එකට ඔයා type කරලා තියෙන text එක පේන්නේ මේ විදියට. Even though if you have typed the what we can say that a letter kind of thing, but the computer will understand it as 0 and 1. Okay, it won't understand it as letters. Okay, then oya metana dear sir, my name is what, likewise you have just typed, but the computer won't read it as dear sir, that and this. Okay, so it will read it as 0 0 1 0 0 1 likewise. Okay, so that's how the computer works. Yeah, even though if you are using a chat box or else a website, an image, a calculator, whatever it is, it all converted from the zeros and ones. Okay, ඔයා බලන විදියට නෙවෙයි ඔයාගේ කම්පියුටර් එක බලන්නේ. விளங்கிச்சா? உங்களோட கம்ப்யூட்டர் வந்து நீங்க பாக்குற எந்த விஷயத்தையும் நீங்க பாக்குற மாதிரியே பார்க்காது. அது பாக்குறது வந்து வேற ஒரு கண்ணோட்டத்துல. அது என்ன 0 and 1. Yeah, like this. Human really hard, isn't it? For human it is really hard to like remember the numbers all the time, but for the computer that is the way, that is how the computer works. It takes only, even though if it is a music, zeros and ones is are the one will be given as an input. Okay, and then okay, මේකේ බලන්න ඔයාගේ කම්පියුටර් එකේ තියෙන හැම software එකක්ම programming language එකකින්, high level programming language එකකින් develop කරපු එකක්. ඒ වගේම phone එකේ තියෙන එකත් ඒ වගේම තමයි. එතකොට මේ picture එක තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට මේකට අපි කියනවා microwave oven කියලා කියනවනේ. So there is something called ඔයාට මේ picture එක බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. You might have seen නේද? අර timer එකක් වගේ තියෙනවා. button එකක් click කරාම bake වෙනවා within that seconds නැත්නම් minutes නේද? So that is because පුතා there is a chip inside that particular thing. එතකොට මේක computer එකක්ද කියලා ඔයාට අහන්න පුළුවන්. You don't have any screen or internet connection or any of this. But ඒ වගේ system එකට අපි කියනවා embedded system කියලා. හරිද? Embedded programming. ඒ chip එකට විතරක් කවුරු හරි ඔයාලා වගේ programmer කෙනෙක් Java නැත්නම් C# මොනාරි language එකකින් පොඩි program එකක් කරලා තියෙනවා. Once after the user clicked on this particular button, it has to start. This particular button, it has to work. Likewise, all the like for each button there is a program has been given into that chip. Okay, එතකොට අපි කියනවා ඒකට මයික්‍රෝ චිප් කියලා තමයි කියන්නේ. හරිද? එතකොට ඒ වගේ පොඩි චිප් එකක් විදියට අපි ඒකට කෝඩ් කරලා අපිට ඉන්සර්ට් කරලා තියන්න පුළුවන්. Even you can do that. Okay, so then there are climate changing, ACs are available, auto washing machine is available. So in auto washing machine itself, there would be a chip inside. Okay, so don't go and break the auto washing machine at home and check whether there is any chip inside, because your mom would scold you, isn't it? So don't do that. But if there is something like broken washing machine or something, you can just have a look. Chip එකක් තියනවාද? අගේ chip on ඩீකி දවුලුක அப்படின்னு பாருங்க. Okay, but அதுலுக்கு வந்து இந்த மாதிரி இன்னொரு chip on insert பண்ணிப்பாங்க. அந்த chipல வந்து already code பண்ணிப்பாங்க. சரியா? அந்த coding ஏத்த மாதிரி அது வேலை செஞ்சு கொண்டிருக்கும் ஒவ்வொரு பட்டனும் click பண்ணக்கொள்ளே. And low level language, high level language කියන එක මම ඔයාලට first මුලින්ම කියලා දුන්නා. low level language කියන්නේ අර මේ මොනවාද අපි කියනවා අර මොනවාද machine language ඒ වගේම තමයි assembly language දෙකම එකතු වෙලා තියෙන එකට. high level language එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ it is more like high. Okay, කියන්නේ Java C# එක එහෙම දැන් latest එවිල්ලා තියෙන ඒවා. එතකොට human ලාට හොඳටම understand කරගන්න පුළුවන් language එකක් තමයි මේ high level language කියලා කියන්නේ. Yeah, high level language only human can understand, can translate high level language into low level language and vice versa. Okay, interpreter කියලා කියන්නේ ඒක තමයි. ඔයාගේ computer එකේ ඇතුලේ තියෙනවා there is something called interpreter compilers. So low level language එක මොනවාද vice versa. ඒ කියන්නේ convert කරලා දෙනවා high level language එකට. high level language එක convert කරලා දෙනවා low level language එකට. එතකොට මෙයා මේ broker කෙනෙක් වගේ නැත්තම් barrier එකක් වගේ ඉඳලා වැඩ කරන එකක් තමයි මේ interpreter කියන එක, translator. Okay, and then okay, so we watch this video as well. And then WOP concept කියන්නේ මොනවද කියලා මම ඔයාලට කියලා දුන්නා. WOP concept එකේදී objects තියෙනවා, ඒ වගේම ඔයාලට methods තියෙනවා. ඒකෙදී අපි මම ඔයාලට මේක briefly කියලා දෙන්නම්. But C# programming කියලා කියන්නේ ඒකෙත් අපිට WOP concept එකේදී languages program කරන්න පුළුවන්. But usually why you have to know about WOP concept is puta, because that is something where now currently the world is working on. Okay, that means even though the softwares, whatever that the software you are using, it has not been just coded. Okay, it has been coded in WOP concept. Okay, and WOP concept කියන්නේ මොනවද කියන එක මම ඔයාලට වෙනම presentation එකකින් ඔයාලට කියලා දෙන්නම්. But not now. When we are learning, when we are starting to learn Java, I will be teaching WOP concept, because in C# we will be normally coding. After that only coding එකට ඔයාලා පුරුදු වුණාට පස්සේ තමයි අපි WOP concept එකට යන්නේ. නැත්තම් එකපාරට මේක දෙකක්ම දාගත්තාම it will be a big burden for you. Okay, so C# කියන්නේ it is based on C language. Okay, computer language කියලා first මුලින්ම ආපු language එක තමයි C program එක. So it is really based on it has been built based on C program එක, C# කියන එක. ඒ වගේම you can design desktop application and then web application, Microsoft application, and then games also can be developed using C Sharp. Okay, we will develop a game as well. Okay, a mini game එක අපි develop කරමු inshallah. And then also C Sharp එක create කරේ. Okay, මේක Microsoft තමයි create කරේ. Okay, යාලා තමයි build කරේ. And then they launched it on 2000s, and then ඒක European Computer Manufacturer Association එකේදී approved කරලා තියෙන language එකක් ඉඳ තමයි international standard එකක් විදිහට මේ language එක තියෙන්නේ. So that is why you gonna learn it. Okay, and then also Microsoft now, so there are many companies they are using this language. Okay, then අපි සිංහල පාවිච්චි කරනවා නැත්නම් දෙමළ පාවිච්චි කරනවා නැත්නම් ඉංග්‍රීසි පාවිච්චි කරනවා කියන්නේ අපිට මේ country වලට මේ languages නැත්නම් මේ දේවල් වලට මේ languages කියලා තියෙනවනේ. ඒ වගේම තමයි C# කියන එක ගොඩක් මේ companies වලින් පාවිච්චි කරන language එකක්. Microsoft mainly they are using C# language in order to develop their web application development, games development, for all these stuff they use what C#. And then also Stack Overflow කියලා website එකක් තියෙනවා බලලා ඇති සමහර විට. நீங்க இந்த ஸ்டெக் ஓவர்ஃப்ளோன்னு சொல்ற ஒரு வெப்சைட் ஒண்டிக்கு அதை பார்த்திருப்பீங்க மேபி. அப்ப அந்த வெப்சைட்ல எப்படின்னு சொன்னா அவங்களுமே வந்து அப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் டெவலப் பண்றதுக்கு வெப் சர்வர்ஸ் அவங்களோட வெப் சர்வீசஸ் எல்லாம் செய்யறதுக்கு வந்து C# ப்ரோக்ராமை தான் செய்றாங்க. And Trustpilot කියලා එකක් තව එකක් තියෙනවා. එයාලා ඔක්කොම මේ C# කියන programming එක තමයි මෙතන පාවිච්චි කරලා තියෙනවා. Okay, එතකොට ඔයාලට දැන් දන්නවා මේ language එක මොන වගේ companies පාවිච්චි කරනවද කියලා. I was explaining it in the last class itself. And then also this is also really, it has this extensive library as well as statistic type languages. Okay, so there are advantages. Okay, so එතකොට ඔයාට fastly develop කරන්න පුළුවන් එකක් තමයි මේ language එක. කියන්නේ it is really easy to read for human. Okay, understand කරන්නත් easy. ටක් ගාලා ඔයාට understand කරගන්න පුළුවන් language එක තමයි C# කියන එක. So while I am teaching you will really feel that it is really easy. Okay, because it's really an easy language than all the other languages. Really I prefer to teach you first, because this language will be really easy for you at the beginning itself. If you start to learn really a hard language, then it would be like you won't be much interested towards the programming. So that's why then api kiwa thing, even in human languages ඒකෙන්ම තියෙනවනේ පුතා. දැන් ඒකෙන්ම hard languages කියලා තියෙනවා. සමහර languages understand කරන්න easy, සමහර languages කතා කරන්නත් තමයි. දැන් Chinese එහෙම අපිට නිකක් අමාරුයි නේද? දැන් English එක ගත්තොත් it's bit easy, like mostly people used to talk in English, isn't it? So ඒ වගේ language එකක් තමයි මේ C# programming language එකේදී ටිකක් easy language එකක් තමයි C# කියන එක. And then also මේකට huge community support එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් ඔයාට මොනාරි මේකේ doubts එහෙම තියෙනවා නම් easily you can get into the internet and then you can ask for the doubts. Okay, ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයාගේ doubt එක දාලා ඒකට answers ගන්න පුළුවන්. விளங்கிச்சா? இப்ப நீங்க வந்து உங்களுக்கு ஏதாச்சும் C# ப்ரோக்ராம் பண்ணி கொண்டிருக்கோல ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் ஒன்று வருதுன்னு வைப்போமே. அப்ப அந்த ப்ராப்ளம்க்கான சொல்யூஷனை வந்து டக்குன்னு உங்களுக்கு இன்டர்நெட்ல போயிட்டு சொல்யூஷனை வந்து எடுத்துக்கொள்ளலாம். So that is there in the internet. There is a huge community just to support with C#. And then here this is what I was telling at the beginning. So අපි මං ඔයාලට කියලා දුන්න එකක් තමයි requirement එක ගන්නවා. කවුරු ගාව ඉඳලාද? user ගාව, client ගාව ඉඳලා client give me all your requirement. ඔයාට මොනවාද ඕනේ? මොන වගේ logos ද ඕනේ? මොන වගේ interface එකක්ද ඕනේ? මොන functions ද තියෙන්න ඕනේ? හැම දෙයක්ම අරගත්තට පස්සේ first of all we will be planning. Okay, ඒක අරගෙන ඇවිල්ලා company එකක ඉන්නවා project managers ඒ වගේ ගොඩාක් කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා. Okay, in a company there would be teams. So even in the team there is someone called project managers. So what they will do is they will assign some people just to get the requirement from the client and come up with a good plan. Okay, actually what they have to do with next මොනවාද කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා. And then defining and then designing. So in the designing stage එකේ තමයි අපි අද ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්න දේවල් මම ඔයාලට කියලා දෙන්න යන්නේ. එතකොට අපි designing අපිට කවුරුත් නැහැනේ, client කෙනෙක් නැහැනේ අපිට දෙන්න. එතකොට අපි මේ presentation එකේ තියෙන අර questions ටික ගමු client ගේ requirements කියලා. Okay, so that's all in this presentation. That's what we learned in the last class. Okay, ඒක තමයි මම ඔයාලට last class එකේදී කියලා දුන්න දේවල්. Now let's get into the today's session. So then before we get started with the session, just let me tell you a small quote. Okay, so the make your day would really be successful if you just start with something like this, isn't it? So life is like a coin. You can spend it any way you wish, but you only spend it once, isn't it? That's true, right? So you have to decide in what way you have to spend the life, isn't it? That means you have to select the correct path, isn't it? ஸோ நீங்க வந்து என்ன செய்யணும், உங்களோட லைஃப்ல வந்து உங்களோட டிசிஷன்ஸ் எல்லாமே வந்து கரெக்டா செய்யுங்க, சரியானதை செய்யுங்க. ஏன்டா புறவைக்கு ஒரு நாளைக்கு ஐயோ நான் இப்படி செஞ்சிருந்தா நல்லா இருந்துக்குமே, அப்படி செஞ்சிருந்தா நல்லா இருக்குமேட்டு யோசிச்சு வேலை இல்லைன்னா. ஓகே, so and then programming concept දෙන් ඔයාලට දන්නවා මම ඊඳ මේක ආයෙත් කියලා දෙන්න. programming concept එක දන්නවා, ඒ වගේම machine language, assembly language, high level language එකක් දන්නවා. දැන් අපි බලමු දැන් මේ languages හැම එකක් හැම මොන වුණත් මොන language එකේ ඔයා code කරනවා වුණත් ඒකෙදි තියෙනවා ඒ කියන්නේ there are steps. okay, sequences program කියලා එක විදියට තියෙනවා program කරන විදියක්, ඒ වගේම selection කියලා තව programming කරන විදියක් තියෙනවා, loop කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. sequences කියලා කියන්නේ පුතා step by step මොනාරි input එක ගන්නවා, process එක ගන්නවා, output එක දෙනවා, ඒ වගේ එකක්. selection කියලා කියන්නේ input එක ගන්නවා ඒත් අපි select කරනවා. මේකද නැත්තම් අනිත් දෙකක් තියෙනවා, A B කියලා තියෙනවා කියලා හිතමුකෝ, options දෙකක් තියෙනවා කියලා. ඒකෙදි හරි යන option එක select කරන එකක් තමයි selection programming කියන එක. loop එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ continuously ඔයාලා බලලා ඇති continuously enter කියලා අර loop එකක් විදියට continue වෙවි තියෙනවනේ, ඒකට අපි කියනවා loop එකක් කියලා. so all the three steps of codings will be taught to you through this presentation. வழங்கிச்சா உங்களுக்கு? சீக்வன்சஸ்னு சொன்னா என்ன, நீங்க இன்புட் எடுப்பீங்க, அதுக்கு அப்புறம் ப்ராசஸ் ஒன்று நடக்கும், ஒரு உள்ளீடு ஒன்று எடுத்து அதை ப்ராசஸ் பண்ணி அவுட்புட் ஒன்று கொடுப்பீங்க. அதே சிலெக்ஷன்ஸ்னு சொன்னா புத்தா நீங்க இன்புட் எடுப்பீங்க, எடுத்து அன்னைக்கு ஒரு ஸ்டெப் ஒண்டிக்கும், அதுல நீங்க டிசிஷனை வந்து எடுக்கணும். எது சரி, இவர் சரியா மத்தவர் சரியா, ஏ சரியா பி சரியா, அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு டிசிஷன் எடுக்க வேண்டி வரும். உடனே வந்து உங்களுக்கு அவுட்புட்டை கொடுக்கலாங்கன்னு ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு டிசிஷன் எடுத்து கரெக்டான டிசிஷன் எடுத்து தான் அவுட்புட்டை கொடுக்கணும். அதே நீங்க லூப் எடுத்துக்கொண்டீங்கன்னா லூப்ல வந்து கண்டினியூஸாவே வந்து ஒரே ஒரு வேலையை வந்து கண்டினியூஸா ரிப்பீட் செஞ்சு கூடியான ஒன்று தான் லூப்னு சொல்றது. okay, is it clear Putta? is everyone got it? do you have any doubts related to this, all these three? because sequences means Putta where you will be taking the input and then you will be doing the process, the system will be doing the process and then it just give the output. But when it comes to selection, it's not the same as sequences, because it takes the input and then there is something called where the system has to make a decision, okay, where it has to select either A or B or something like that, yes or no, likewise. okay, and then once after the decision is made, then now for example we can say like this. now assume that you are giving the pin number, okay, pin number into the phone. okay, ඔයා හිතන්නකෝ දැන් ඔයාගේ phone එකේ නිකන් ඔයා pin number එක enter කරනවා. එක්කෝ ඒක වැරදි නම් ඔයාට error message එකක් පෙන්නනවා නේද? if it is wrong, it will show you an error. that means there is something called selection inside the phone where it says take the input, take the password as an input to the phone and then check whether it is correct to the password. if it is wrong, then show the error message. likewise when it works. okay, කියන්නේ මේක හරිද නැත්නම් ඒක හරිද කියලා බලන්න දෙකක්ම ගන්න බෑ, yes or no, true or false, ඒ වගේ එකක්. okay, and then there is something called loops එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ, loop programming කියලා කියන්නේ it is something where something will be repeated again and again and again and again. that means like ATM ekedi there would be a huge line, okay, a queue, then one by one they are coming and getting the depositing, withdrawal, all this happening, isn't it? so is it happening just in the same window? no, it is again and again, it is getting started from the beginning. it's known as loop. okay, so from the beginning again and again it is starting. okay, so that's kind of a program. while I am explaining, you will definitely understand what is sequences program, selection program එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොනවාද, loop එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොනවාද කියලා you will definitely understand, so don't worry. okay, so let's get into the next slide. okay, here there is an example in this itself for the structured program for this. okay, sequences programming ekedi okay, let's get into the unstructured program එක මම ඔයාලට WOP concept වෙනම කියලා දෙන්නම්, so don't worry, I will be teaching that separately. So now if you get into that, then you will be really what like confused. Okay, so just we'll get started with the designing, only the designing, and then we'll move on to the WOP concept and unstructured programming, structured programming as well. So then අපි මුලින්ම කියන්නේ මොනවාද? designing කරනවා කියලා කියනවා. But for the designing we won't just say the design. Okay, even though if it is flowchart or pseudocode, we can there's a term for that. Okay, we can call it as algorithm. Algorithm means puta a step by step solution for a problem. That is the thing. Okay, so even when you just get back to your school memories, okay, so when you are at school puta, the teacher might have given you like few homeworks, right, to calculate and bring the answers and all, isn't it, in maths class? So usually what they do, they give you the question, then you have to do the calculation at once. You can't just add or else subtract or divide or multiply. There is a step, right? First you have to multiply the first two digits, and then you have to move on to the second digit. Likewise only it start, isn't it? So at once if you wanted to get this solution, then you have to use a calculator. But you, instead of using that, what you will have to do, you have to go step by step. So same as that, the algorithm means that where you will be giving the solution step by step, not at once, step by step solution for a problem. So in this picture itself you can see now like ඔයාට බලන්න පුළුවන් දැන් මොනාරි ප්‍රොබ්ලම් එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා හිතමුකෝ. ඒකට මුලින්ම ඔයා මොනවද කරන්න ඕනේ? ලියන්න ඕනේ මේක තමයි ප්‍රොබ්ලම් එක. ඊට පස්සේ ඒකට සොලියුෂන් එක හිතන්න ඕනේ. ඒක ටිකක් ඇප්ලයි කරලා බලන්න ඕනේ. ඒකෙම මොනාරි වැරද්දක් ආවොත් ඒක පොඩ්ඩක් කරෙක්ට් කරන්න ඕනේ. Then finally only you will be succeed, isn't it? So same as that. Now for example, you can just take this as an example. So if you are baking a cake puta, at once you can't just bake the cake, isn't it? So what you have to do, instead of just baking the cake, the first thing you have to heat the oven. You can't just put all the ingredients at once into the baking bowl, or else into the bowl all the ingredients at once, and then you can't just beat it and put it into the oven, right? So there are steps that you have to add butter or sugar, eggs, likewise, isn't it? And then only flour and then milk, likewise. So there are steps. So same as this, if even though if you are trying to code or else program, you have to come across all these solutions. That means the step by step solution. So for that only we are learning this pseudocode, flowcharts, all these things. හරිද? එතකොට මෙතන බලන්න මේ හැම එකක්ම එකපාරටම දාලා ingredient එක mix කරන්න, but step by step. Okay, එක පිටින් එකක් එහෙම දාලා තමයි step by step දාලා තමයි finally you will get the like good output, isn't it? And then ඒ output එක එහෙම ඒක real time example එකක් නම් ඒකම අපි programming එකේදී කරන්න ඕන thing, we have to use something called pseudocodes. Pseudocode is a designing tool. හරිද? එතකොට මේක designing tool එකක්. මම ඔයාලට කලින් කිව්වා වගේ මේක designing tool එකක්. එතකොට අපි program කරන්න පටන් ගන්න කලින්, okay, ඒ step එකේ අපි තියෙන අපිට first මුලින්ම පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් එකක් තමයි මේ pseudocode කියන එක. Okay, so I will be teaching how you have to write pseudocodes and all. It is the structure of an algorithm. ඒ කියන්නේ algorithm එක ඒ කියන්නේ ඒකයි. Then you should not just tell pseudocode is a designing tool. You can tell that pseudocode is an algorithm. Okay, algorithm එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ step by step solution. That's it. Okay, and also the pseudocode is really, it's highly textual. That means mostly you will be just using text. Okay, and then also it is more like real coding. Okay, when you are looking at the pseudocode, sometimes maybe you might wonder that this is actually a real code. Okay, yani බලනකොටම real code එකක් වගේම තියෙයි, but ඒක real code එකක් නෙවෙයි. අපිට understand කරන්න පුළුවන් විදිහට ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් හරි නැත්නම් අපිට දන්න language එකකින් අපි ලියා ගන්න designing එකක් මේ විදිහට කරමු කියලා එකක් ලියා ගන්නවා නැත්නම් draw කරන එකකට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ pseudocode කියලා. හරි? So I'll just show you an example for the pseudocode. Okay, so here two pseudocodes has been given. බලන්න මේකේ system එක අපි start කරනවා, input ගන්නවා මොනවාද? number 1 කියලා number එකක් ගන්නවා. ඒ වගේම තව number එකක් user ගාව ඉඳලා input ගන්නවා. ඒ කියන්නේ එයාට numbers දෙකක් input දෙනවා. first number එක වෙන්න පුළුවන් 100 කියලා, second number එක වෙන්න පුළුවන් 200 කියලා මොනාරි input එකක් ගන්නවා එයා. දෙකක්. okay. දැන් අපි ATM machine එකට pin number එක input දෙනවා වගේ තමයි මේක. හරි. so start කරනවා user ට කියන input දෙකක් දෙන්න කියලා. so එයා number 1 number 2 කියලා values දෙකක් input එක විදිහට දෙනවා. 100 200 කියලා for example හිතා ගන්නකෝ. and then getting the input what we are doing. okay நாங்க என்ன செய்றோம், ஸ்டார்ட் பண்றோம் சிஸ்டம். அப்புறம் என்ன செய்றோம், நாங்க அந்த சிஸ்டம் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டு போறோம் யூசர்ட்ட சொல்றோம், யூசர் எங்களுக்கு வந்து 2 இன்புட் தாங்க, அதுல அவங்களுக்கு வேண்டிய இன்புட் கொடுக்கலாம், 1000 2000 3000 வேண்டிய இன்புட் கொடுக்கலாம். நான் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்றேன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நம்பர் 1 ஃபர்ஸ்ட்டுக்கு கேட்குற இன்புட்ல 100 உண்டும், ரெண்டாவதா கேட்குற இன்புட்ல வந்து 200 உண்டும் கொடுத்திராங்கன்னு நினைப்போம். then getting that both the inputs we are moving on to the third step where the answer has been taken. okay, answer is being processed. that means actually it is processing. okay, so මෙතන තියෙනවා answer කියලා අපි මොනාරි variable එකක් මෙයා තමයි carry කරන්නේ මොන එකද, මේ number මුලින්ම දුන්න number එකත් දෙවෙනියට දුන්න number දෙකම add කරලා ඒ value එක දෙනවා කාටද, answer කියන කෙනාට. ඊට පස්සේ මෙයා මොනවද කරන්නේ, ඒ answer එක අරගෙන ඇවිල්ලා දැන් output එක දෙන්න ඕනේ නේ පුතා. computer එකක් නම් input එක අරන් process කරලා output එක අනිවාර්යෙන් දෙනවනේ. so then display කරනවා මොනවද, answer is කියලා මේ bracket එකේ තියෙන label එකත් එක්කම මේ මෙතන අපි මෙතනට ආපු answer එක මෙතන display වෙනවා. එතකොට මෙතන 100 200 කියලා දීලා තිබ්බොතින් 100 plus 200 is 300, right? so answer will carry 300 and come here and then it will display 300. answer is 300 කියලා. got it? is it clear? and then finally the program will stop. එතකොට whatever that you write in between this bracket will be displayed as it is. okay, you can just type hi, hello world, hi, how are you, or else the addition of two numbers, the multiplication of two values, likewise whatever it is. okay, so it is like a label where you will be showing what is actually being displayed. then display කරන එක මොනවා කියලාවත් දන්නේ නැත්නම් අපිට දන්නේ නැහැනේ මේක මොනවාද කියලා නේද, addition එකක්ද multiplication එකක්ද, නිකන් input එක දෙන්න කිව්වා මං දුන්නා, දැන් මොනවද මෙතන display වෙන්නේ, number එකක් විතරක් 300 කියලා විතරක් එතන display වුණොත් we won't actually understand what is actually happened, isn't it? so then we have to actually give a label where it says this is what this is කියලා. விளங்கிச்சா? ஸோ டிஸ்பிளே பண்ணக்குள்ளே கட்டாயம் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி லேபிள் ஒன்று இக்க வேணும். அப்பதான் லேபிள் மூலமா நாங்க சொல்லுவோம் இன்னைக்கு வந்து டிஸ்பிளே ஆகுறது வந்து ஒரு நம்பர் என்னது, நீங்க தந்த இன்புட் ரெண்டுமே நாங்க கூட்டி தான் இந்த டிஸ்பிளே வந்து உங்களுக்கு காட்டுறோம். அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு அழகான ஒரு அவுட்புட் வந்து நாங்க ஒரு அவுட்புட் பண்ணக்குள்ளே வந்து அழகான ஒரு லேபிள் ஒன்றோட அதை டிஸ்பிளே பண்ண வேணும். திஸ் இஸ் ஒன் சூடோ கோட். let's move on to the second pseudo code and see how does that works. so මේ pseudo code එකකින් අපි මොනවද බලන්න යන්නේ, average එක තමයි බලන්න යන්නේ. okay, so look at this. so in this also the first thing the program is being started. விளங்கிச்சா? program வந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணப்படுது. and then input එක ගන්නවා. சரியா? அப்ப input எடுக்கிறோம் யார்ட்ட, இந்த யூசர் கிட்ட. இந்த யூசர் அவங்களோட மார்க்ஸ் எல்லாத்தையும் தாங்க. அப்ப சயின்ஸ், மேத்ஸ், history, whatever the okay marks. okay, so we have just set up like few variables. මෙයාලට අපි කියනවා මෙයා දෙන input එක විතරක් ඔයා අරන් අපිට දෙන්න, process එක කරන්නේ එච්චරයි අපි කියන්නේ. එතකොට මෙයා මොනවද කරන්නේ, user කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා කියලා තන්නේ. then මෙතන ඉතමු අපි නිෂාන් කියලා boy කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා කියලා. then එයා ඇවිල්ලා එයා then student කෙනෙක් කියලා හිතන්න. එතකොට නිෂාන් මොනවද කරන්නේ, then එයා ඇවිල්ලා කියනවා මගේ MK1 එකට මං science marks එක input එකක් විදිහට දෙන්නම් කියලා. එයා ඒක හිතන්නකෝ 51 කියලා. 51 කියලා දෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ MK2 එකට mathematics marks එක දෙමු කියලා එයා ඒකට දෙනවා 80 කියලා. ඊට පස්සේ හිතන්නකෝ MK3 එකට වෙන මොනාරි science නැත්නම් English මොනාරි වෙන subject එකක marks එකක් දෙනවා කියලා input එකක් විදිහට. එතකොට මේ marks තුනම අරගෙන ඇවිල්ලා process එකක් කරන්න ඕනේ නේද? එතකොට තමයි අපිට average එක බලන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ. ඒක තමයි මේ තුන්වෙනි line එකේ වෙන්නේ. okay, that is what happening in this line. என்ன செய்றாங்க, first க்கு program start ஆகுது. இன்புட் எடுக்கப்படுது. ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் ஒண்டிக்கிறான்னு நினைங்க. அவர் வந்து ஒவ்வொரு சப்ஜெக்டையும் 3 விதமான மார்க்ஸ் இல்லாட்டி ஒரே சப்ஜெக்ட் 3 விதமான மார்க்ஸ் ஏதோ சரியா ஏதோ ஒன்று கொடுத்து 3 மார்க்ஸ் தான் இன்னைக்கு இன்புட்டா கொடுத்திக்கிறாரு. அதுக்கப்புறம் இப்ப இன்னைக்கு 50 ஐக்கலாம் 100 ஐக்கலாம் 90 ஐக்கலாம் ஏதோ ஒரு மார்க்ஸ் 3 விதமான மார்க்ஸையும் யூ நோ தட் if we want to get the average of a student, okay, then what we have to do, we have to divide the total marks from the number of subjects or else number of marks, isn't it? Then we can get the average. එහෙමනේ ඔයාට average එක බලන්න දන්නවනේ. ඔයාලා ස්කෝලේදී එහෙම ඉගෙනගෙන ඇති නේද? අපි average එක බලන්න ඕනේ නම් ඒ average එක බලන්න there is something where අපි marks 3ම input එකක් විතර ගන්නවා. අරන් ඒ 3ම add කරලා ඊට පස්සේ marks 3ක් හින්දා අපි 3ෙන් තමයි divide කරන්නේ. එතන 4ක් තිබ්බොතින් 4ෙන් divide කරනවා. 5ක් තිබ්බොතින් 5ෙන් අපි divide කරනවා. 6ක් තිබ්බොතින් 6ෙන් නේද? Likewise it changes. And then බලන්න මෙතන display කරනකොට your average is කියලා මෙතන type කරලා තියනවා. So then the user will understand හරි මගේ average එක තමයි මෙතන වැටිලා තියෙන්නේ කියලා. Is it clear? මේක තේරුණාද සුඩෝ කෝඩ් කියන්නේ මොනවාද කොහොමද ලියන්නේ කියන එක ඊපස් අන්තිමට ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එක කොහොමදත් ස්ටොප් වෙනවා ස්ටාර්ටින් ද ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් ඉන්පුට් එක ගන්නවා ප්‍රොසෙස් එක කරනවා අවුට්පුට් එක දෙනවා ස්ටොප් කරනවා okay well done now let's move to the flow chart එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ සුඩෝ කෝඩ් වගේම එකක් තමයි but it's not the same because here in the flow chart we will be mostly using graphical things. Okay, there are shapes. Okay, for all the things we represent all the steps throughout a shape. Graphically tamai api me flow chart එක හදාගන්නේ නැත්නම් draw කරගන්නේ. Okay, so I will show you few examples then you will understand. And also it mainly shows how the program flows. More than pseudocode, එයා flow chart එකකින් ඔයාගේ program design එක හදාගත්තොත් ඒක ලස්සනට පෙන්නනවා. මේ විදිහට තමයි මේ program එක flow වෙන්නේ කියලා. Arrows දාලා ඊට පස්සේ මේක තමයි first step, second step, third step කියලා ලස්සනට පෙන්නනවා. விளங்கிச்சா இப்போ ஃப்ளோ சார்ட் எடுத்துக்கொண்டோம்னு சொன்னா ஸ்டார்ட் இதுதான் அதுக்கப்புறம் ப்ரொசஸ் இதுதான் அவுட்புட் இதுதான் ஸ்டாப் இதுதான் அழகாக காட்டும் விளங்கிச்சா அப்போ அது வந்து மிச்சம் ஈஸி ஆயிக்கும் விளங்கி கொடுத்து ஃப்ளோ ஆகுறது வந்து அழகாக காட்டும் அண்ட் ஆல்சோ இட் இஸ் வெரி யூஸ்ஃபுல் இன் அ டிஸ்கஷன் so assume that පුතා දැන් ඔයාගේ client ඔයාව meet වෙන්න ඇවිත් කියලා දැන් එයා සතියක් විතර වෙනවා එයාගේ requirement එක දීලා කියලා එතමුකෝ එතකොට දැන් එයා ඇවිත් ඔයාගේ company එකට නිෂාන් මගේ මේ project එක ඔයාලට දුන්නා ටිකක් පෙන්නන්නකෝ ඔයාගේ මේ මොනාරි output එකක් තියෙනවද නැත්නම් designing මොනාරි කරලා තියෙනවද කියලා පෙන්නන්න කියලා අහනවා okay so then ඔයා මොනවද කරන්නේ okay so what you will be doing is you will be just showing the pseudocode නැත්නම් flow chart then flow chart එක පෙන්නනකොට ඔයාට discuss කරන්න පුළුවන් so according to your requirement this is what I have come up with මේකෙදි මේ දේවල් තියෙනවා ඔයාට මේ මෙතන input එක දෙන්න පුළුවන් ඊට පස්සේ අපි මේ විදියට කරලා output එක මෙහෙම ගන්නවා එහෙම කියලා එයාට කිව්වම එයාට හොඳට understand වෙනවනේ so discussion එකක් තියෙනවා ඔයාගේ employees ලත් එක්ක එහෙමත් නැත්නම් client එක්ක කාත් එක්ක හරි ඔයාට discussion එකක් තියෙනවා නම් ඔයාට easily discussion එක continue කරන්න පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් එකක් තමයි මේ flow chart එක කියන්නේ. හරිද? එතකොට ඔයා මේ දැන්ම හිතා ගන්න දැන් ඔයාලා programmer කෙනෙක් වෙන්න හදනව නේද? You are about to become a programmer. So you have to know how to use these flow charts and all because it is going to help you really great because when you are working in a real time environment in there maybe sometimes your like manager or else your client would ask you something like that then you can use the flowchart just to explain the things to them easily okay එතකොට එතනින් ඔයාට explain කරන්න පුළුවන් මෙතන මේක තමයි වෙන්නේ මෙතන input එක ගමු අපි ඊට පස්සේ මෙහෙම කරනවා එතකොට එයාට එතන suggestion එකක් තිබ්බොතින් එයා කියයි no මෙතන output එක නැතුව මෙතන වෙන මොනාරි එකක් අපි කරමු label එකක් display කරමු likewise they will give you decisions isn't it they will just give you things like to make changes and also it makes the program very easy to understand since it is very graphical yeah even though if there is a person who even doesn't know about the programming ඔයා මේ flow chart එකකින් එයාට explain කරන්න ගියාම එයාට හොඳට understand කරගන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි. දැන් ඔයාගේ ගෙදරදී ඔයාගේ මල්ලියර් නංගියර් ඉන්නවා කියලා හිතමුකෝ. ඔයා flow chart එකක් draw කරලා එයාට නිකන් පෙන්නලා ඒක explain කරන්නකෝ. එයාට හොඳටම understand වෙනවා. මේ විදියට මේක වෙනවද කියලා. Because it doesn't include any other things. That means it doesn't include any programming concept or all the other stuff. It just is it will be really easy for understand since it is graphical. Okay, ඒකට shapes ටිකක් තියෙනවා, ඒ වගේ දේවල් තියෙනවා. හින්දා මේක easily understand කරන්න පුළුවන් දෙයක් තමයි flow charts කියන එක. So now let's move on and see what are the shapes that can be used and then what they represent. Okay, what is the actual function for each of these symbols. එතකොට මුලින්ම තියෙන shape එක තමයි oval shape කියන එක. சரியா? அப்ப ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இருக்கிற சிம்பிளுக்கு நாங்க என்ன சொல்லுவோம்? ஓவல் ஷேப்னு சொல்லி. ஸோ இந்த ஓவல் ஷேப் என்னத்துக்கு நாங்க மெயினா யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம்னு சொன்னா when it comes to oval shape පුතා අපි ඒ oval shape එක mainly පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ නම් start and end එක පෙන්වන්න. හරිද? ඔයාගේ program එකේදී මෙතන start වෙනවා මෙතන end වෙනවා කියන එක පෙන්වන්න represent කරන්න මේ oval shape එක අපිට easily පාවිච්චි කරගන්න පුළුවන්. விளங்கிச்சா? அப்போ ஓவல் ஷேப் எங்களுக்கு என்னத்துக்கு யூஸ் பண்ணலாம்? ஓகே, ஸ்டார்ட் இதுதான் ஸ்டார்ட், இதுதான் எண்ட். ஓகே, அந்த மாதிரி காட்டுறதுக்கு வந்து எங்களுக்கு இந்த ஓவல் ஷேப்பை வந்து யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். an oval shape represent a start or else end point of the program. So that is the main thing. හරිද? ඔයාගේ program එකේදී start එකයි end එකයි පෙන්වන්න තමයි මේ oval shape එක අපි පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ usually. ඒ වගේම තියෙන තව shape එකක් තමයි arrow shape එක කියන්නේ. හරි. An arrow is a connector that shows the relationship between the representative shapes. Okay. So ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයා පාවිච්චි කරන හැම shape එකකටම අර relation එකක් තියෙනවනේ. So for the starting and ending there should be a what relation, right? start එකක් වෙනවා නම් කොහමදත් end වෙනවා. එතකොට ඒ start එකටත් end එකටත් තියෙන relation එකක් තියෙනවා නේද? ඒ relation එක පෙන්වන්න තමයි අපි මේ arrow කියන shape එක පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ. ඒ වගේම there is something called parallelogram. Okay, there is something called parallelogram where we can use it just to represent the input of the program and then the output. விளங்கிச்சா? ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராம்ட இன்புட் அண்ட் தென் அவுட்புட்டை காட்டுறதுக்காக வேண்டி தான் நாங்கள் இந்த பெரலலோகிராமை வந்து யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். யா, நாட் த ப்ராசஸ். ஓகே, இட் டசன்ட் ரெப்ரசன்ட் த ப்ராசஸ். இட் ஜஸ்ட் வெயிட், ஐ வில் சேஞ்ச் இட். இட் ஷோஸ் ஒன்லி த it's a picture. මෙතන process නෙවෙයි. parallelogram represents input and output. okay, input and output තමයි මෙතන process නෙවෙයි. input and output එක තමයි parallelogram කරන්නේ. එතකොට මෙතන අපි input එකක් ගන්නවා නම් අපිට instead of just typing input, okay, just don't add this as it is. a process නෙවෙයි. input parallelogram represent input and output කියලා ලියා ගන්න if you are taking down this table. But it is really better if you are taking down this table. Okay, if not, take a screenshot of it. Okay, make a screenshot එකක් හරි අරගන්න. දැනට ඔයාට දෙන්නේ නැහැ, but later on it will really be useful for you guys. Okay, so make sure to take a screenshot or else just write it down. එතකොට parallelogram එක දැන් ඔයාට දන්නවා input ගන්නවා නම් ඒකටත් අපිට parallelogram එකක් පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙමත් නැත්නම් output එක represent කරන්නත් parallelogram එකක් පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. விளங்கிச்சா? அப்ப ஒரு உள்ளீடு ஒன்று எடுக்கிறோம்னு சொன்னா அதுக்கும் உங்களுக்கு இந்த parallelogram சொல்ற shape. ஓகே, வளைவு சதுரம் என்னமோ சொல்லுவாங்க, என்ன சாய்வு சதுரம்னு சொல்லி செவ்வகம் என்னமோ. ஸோ அது பாவிக்கலாம். அப்படி இல்லாட்டி ஒரு வெளியீடு ஒன்று போகுது. ஓகே, உங்களோட சிஸ்டம்ல இருந்து ஒரு வெளியீடு ஒன்று போகுது. அதுக்குமே வந்து உங்களுக்கு இந்த ஷேப்பை வந்து பாவிச்சு ஒரு அவுட்புட்டை வந்து கொடுக்கலாம். And then there is something called rectangle shape where we can use it to represent the process. இப்போ உங்களோட சிஸ்டம்குள்ள ஏதோ ஒரு ப்ரொசஸ் நடக்குது, கூட்டல் கழித்தல் பெருக்கல், இது எல்லாமே வந்து ப்ரொசஸ் தானே. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரியான ப்ரொசஸை வந்து ரிப்ரசென்ட் பண்றதுக்கு எங்களுக்கு ரெக்டாங்கிள்னு சொல்ற இந்த ஷேப்பை வந்து பாவிக்கலாம். Okay, is it clear, Puta? So what you can do is instead of using any other shapes, you can easily use a rectangle shape in order to represent if there is any process happening inside the system. That means even it could be adding, multiplying, subtraction, divide. මොන වුණත් කවුලන්න ඔයාගේ සිස්ටම් එකේ ඇතුලේදී process එකක් වෙනවා නම් ඒ process එක represent කරන්න ඔයාට මේ rectangle කියන shape එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. And then finally එකක් තියෙනවා decision making එකට අපි පාවිච්චි කරන diamond shape කියලා එකක්. හරිද? මේක diamond shape කියලා කියන්නේ අපි. මේ diamond shape එක පාවිච්චි කරලා decisions make කරන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, I will show you a few examples, then you will understand. So this mainly this shape is made out. If not, we can use this shape just to represent that their decision is happening or else a decision is being made அந்த மாதிரி කාටතක ඕකේ තේරුණාද ඩිසිෂන් එකක් ගන්නව නම් අපි සිස්ටම් එකේ ඇතුලේ කියන්නේ අපි බලනවනේ if මෙයා හරිද නැත්නම් එයා හරිද ඩිසිෂන් එකක් ගන්න ඕනේ understood දැන් යාළුවෙක් දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්නවා ඒ යාළුව දෙන්නගෙන් ඔයාට දැන් එක්කෙනෙක්ව චූස් කරන්න කියනවා ගෙදරදී ඕකේ එතකොට ඔයාට මොනවද කරන්න වෙන්නේ එතන ඩිසිෂන් එකක් ගන්න වෙනව නේද somehow you have to take a decision so in order to make that decision you can in the flow chart you can represent the decision making using this diamond shape and then finally there is something called connector එක අපි මොන එකටද පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ then process දෙකක් වෙනවා කියලා හිතමුකෝ ඒ process දෙකම connect කරනවා අපි එකම decision එකකට නම් අපිට මේ connector කියන එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් so there are examples then you can understand then අපි flow chart එකට example එකක් බලමු. දැන් බලන්න මේ system එකක් තියෙනවා. මේ system එක දැන් start වෙනවා oval shape එකක් flowing. දැන් input එකක් ගන්නවා. circle එකේ radius එක තමයි input එකක් විදිහට අපි ගන්නෙ. ඊපස්සේ තව flow වෙනවා. Here area එක find කරන එක තමයි මෙතන තියෙන process එක. So in order to find out the area, you know what is the calculation. නේද? So then 22 divided by 7 multiplied by radius and then again it has to be multiplied by radius, isn't it? 2 multiplication. So then මේ විදිහට අපි area එක අරගත්තාම then it is flowing again to display the answer. display කරනවා double quotation එකේ ඇතුළේදී label එකක් විදිහට අපි type කරලා තිනවා then only the user will understand මෙතන display වෙන්නේ area of the circle කියලා. එහෙමත් නැත්නම් එයාට දන්නේ නැහනේ isn't it? விளங்கிச்சாங்க உங்களுக்கு இப்ப பரப்பளவு தான் நாங்க சொல்லுவோம் பரப்பளவு வந்து ஒரு வட்டத்தின் பரப்பளவு தான் இது டிஸ்ப்ளே ஆகுதுன்னு நாங்க சொன்னா தான் இதை யூஸ் பண்ற யூசருக்கு தெரியும் இதுதான் ஆன்சர் இது வந்து பரப்பளவு தான் நீங்க இன்னைக்கு டிஸ்ப்ளே ஆகுதுன்னு சொல்லி இல்லாம நாங்க சும்மா டிஸ்ப்ளே ஏரியான்னு போட்டோம்டா அவங்களுக்கு தெரியும் இது என்ன தாண்டி பரப்பளவா இல்லாட்டி சுற்றளவா இதுன்னு விளங்காது so you have to make sure that whenever you are coding whenever you are drawing you have to add something like this a label kind of thing so then only the user will easily understand what you are actually displaying in that particular section understood again after the parallelogram it is flowing to stop the program is it clear start කරනවා radius එක input එකක් විදිහට ගන්නවා process එකක් කරනවා ආයෙත් output එකක් දෙනවා ඊට පස්සේ අන්තිමට program එක stop වෙනවා මේක clear ද නැද්ද කියලා කියන්නකෝ
Yes, ma'am.
Got it right do you have any doubts in this related to flowchart and pseudocode okay well done now let's move okay so now sequences program make there is an example okay so then we'll see how we can come up with the flowchart and pseudocode for this example okay just first of all let me explain the example question so take this as the requirement okay so we don't have a real-time client with us right just to do practices so that is why I have given you few examples and questions over here so then just take this question as an example okay or else the requirement input marks of two modules and display total and average okay so according to this requirement we have to take two inputs and இந்த requirement இருக்கிற மாதிரி நாங்க வந்து யூசர் கிட்ட இருந்து ரெண்டு உள்ளீடுகள் எடுக்க வேணும் නේද අපි මේ requirement එකේ අනුව මොනවද කරන්න ඕනේ module marks දෙකක් input එකක් විදිහට ගන්නලු එතකොට inputs දෙකක් ගන්න ඕනේ නේ and then display total and average තේරුණාද මේක මේ කියන්නේ පුතා display කරන්නලු total එකක් display කරන්න ඕනෙලු ඒ වගේම end average එකත් average එක විතරක් නෙවෙයි total plus average දෙකම display කරන්න කියලා අහලා තියෙනවා මෙතන තේරුණාද එතකොට inputs දෙකක් තියෙනවා ඒ වගේම outputs දෙකක් තියෙනවා விளங்கிச்சா இப்ப outputல பாருங்க அதுல display பண்ண சொல்லிக்கனது total-ஐயும் display பண்ணட்டாம் கூட்டுத்தொகையையும் display பண்ணட்டாம் average-ஐயும் display பண்ணட்டாம் அப்ப ரெண்டு விஷயம் இனி display பண்ணப்பட வேணும் okay so I hope you got the requirement now let's move to the pseudocode for this particular requirement or else flowchart දැන් බලන්න මේ requirement එකේ අනුව අපි මුලින්ම start කරලා තියෙන program එක oval shape එකකින් and then it is flowing inputs දෙකක් ගන්නවා. okay, so input mk1 එකක් ගන්නවා, ඒ වගේම mk2 දෙකම ගන්නවා. and then there is a process happening නේද? බලන්න total එක බලන්න mk1 එකයි mk2 එකයි දෙකම අපි add කරනවා. එතකොට process එකක් කරලා අපි total එක අරගත්තා. ඒ විතරක් මදීනේ. අපිට මොනවාද total එක විතරක් තියලා මදි. එතකොට average එකත් බලන්න ඕනේ නේද? average එකත් කොහොමද කියලා බලන්න ඕනේ. ඒ average එක බලන්න total එක divide කරන්න ඕනේ number of subject එකෙන් නැත්නම් number of modules එකෙන් නේද? So then have we got the total and the average? Yeah, we have done both the process, right? So then here we are getting the total of the 2 marks, and then here we are getting both the average of the module marks. விளங்கிச்சா உங்களுக்கு? அப்ப கூட்டுத்தொகையும் எடுக்கிறோம் நாங்க, அதே மாதிரி அவரேஜும் எடுக்கிறோம். ரெண்டு ப்ராசஸ் இருக்குது. Now after getting both the process, the total and the average, finally we have to display the total and the average with the label. You can say, okay, here I have not mentioned the label, but you can just type in between the double quotation, you can say the total and the average of your module marks is කියලා මෙතන දාලා total dot එක, මේ dot එක මෙතන display වෙනවා, avg, okay, මේකට ආපු value එක මෙතන display වෙනවා. Finally programming is stopping over here. Stop karna over shape again. Okay, I hope you got this. And then there is a question. Okay, so first question ekai devani question ekai manga ඔයාලට explain karannan, but third question එක you have to take down and do it at home and show it to me in the next class. Can you do that? Can, right? Okay, so the first question says find the circumferences of a circle by giving radius as an input. அலங்கிச்சா ஒரு வட்டத்துல சுற்றளவு, நான் நினைக்கிற மைக்கி சுற்றளவை வந்து பாருங்க, சரியா? வட்டத்துல சுற்றளவை பாருங்க. அது எப்படி அதுட ஆறைய உள்ளீடா எடுத்து பாருங்க. තේරුණාද පුතා? ඔයා සර්කල් එකක් තියෙනවා, සර්කල් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ සර්කල් එකේ අර සර්කම්ෆරන්සස් එක බලන්න ඒ කොහොමද රේඩියස් එක ඉන්පුට් එකක් විදිහට අරන් අපි බලමු මේකට කොහොමද ෆ්ලෝ chart එකෙන් සූඩෝ කෝඩ් එක ලියන්නේ කියන එක. So මුලින්ම තියෙන ෆ්ලෝ chart එක ඔයා ස්ටාර්ට් කරන ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එක බලන්න easy නේද? It's really easy, not a big deal. Where you will be starting and then මේ ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එක ෆ්ලෝ වෙනවා නේ. එතකොට අපි මොනවද කරන්නේ? ඒ question එකේ අනුව circle එකේ radius එක input එකක් විදිහට ගන්නවා. Okay, we are getting the radius as an input to the system. Radius එක input එක අරන් විතරක් මදි. Circumferences එක බලන්න ඕනේ නම් you know the calculation in school. You might have learned 2 multiplied by 3.14 එහෙමත් නැත්නම් pi කියලා කියනවා නේද අපි? 2 pi r එහෙමනේ අපි කියන්නේ. 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by r. Okay, 2 pi r, you might have learned it. එතකොට ඒ calculation එක කරාට පස්සේ finally display the circumferences value. Okay, so display කරනකොට ඔයාට කියන්න පුළුවන් the circumferences of the circle is කියලා c. මේ c එක මෙතන ආපු value එක c එක අපි display කරනවා. අලංගිචා. இப்ப program start ஆகுது, radius r ன்னு சொல்றது வந்து radius இன்புட் எடுக்கிறோம். அதுக்கு போறோம் அந்த radius வந்து நாங்க என்ன செய்றோம், circumference சுற்றளவை பார்க்கிறதுக்காக வேண்டி மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணுவோம். அப்ப 2 pi r நீங்க ஸ்கூல்ல படிச்சிப்பீங்க. அந்த 2 மல்டிப்ளிகேஷனை செஞ்சதுக்கு போறோம் கல்குலேஷனை நாங்க என்ன செய்வோம், ஃபைனலி டிஸ்ப்ளே ஒரு லேபிள் ஒன்றோட டிஸ்ப்ளே பண்ணினா நல்ல அப்பதான் யூஸருக்கு விளங்கும் the circumferences of the circle is ன்னு சொல்லி see இன்னைக்கு வர வேல்யூ வந்து இனி டிஸ்ப்ளே ஆகும் ஃபைனலா. and then finally stop. Yes, if you have any doubts you can ask me. Unmute your mic and then just talk to me. Do you have any doubts, Uta? Anyone? No doubts at all. So the pseudocode for the same question. Okay, so බලන්න මේ same requirement එකට ලියපු එක flow chart එකනේ අපි බැලුවේ. දැන් බලන්න ඒ විදියටම තමයි start කරනවා, radius එක input එකක් විදියට ගන්නවා. ඊට පස්සේ ඒ calculation එකම කරනවා. But here instead of using the shapes we have just written. That's the thing. නේද? මෙතන shape එකක් අපි පාවිච්චි කරලා නැහැ නිකන් ලියලා විතරක් තියෙන්නේ. Display the answer is කියලා අපි circumferences value එක මෙතන display කරනවා. And then finally stop the program. එච්චරයි. Is it clear? Start, get the radius as an input, do the calculation, display with the label, and then finally stop. I hope it is clear. Now, if you want, you can take down this. Okay, ලියා ගන්න මේක ලියා ගන්න first. ඔයාගේ පොත screenshot ගන්න එපා. Okay, don't take screenshots, but instead of taking screenshot, write down, because whenever you write the things, your brain will remember it. Okay, මේක එක පාතාවක් හරි ඔයා ලියා ගත්තොතින් තමයි ඔයාගේ brain එකට ඒක හොඳටම මතකෙන් තියෙන්නේ. So take down this question, find the circumferences of a circle by giving radius as an input. මේක ලියා ගන්නකෝ. After writing down, just drop me a message, then I will I will change the slide. Okay, take down the question.
Sri Lanka
Have you taken down? Okay, Nadira, what did you, why didn't you understand, Puta? So the question says, okay, like as your school, in your syllabus you might have learned, okay, in schools you might have learned mathematics, in that you might have seen questions like this. Just a simple question. Circumferences, you know, the circumferences means சுற்றளவு, என்ன சுற்றளவுக்கு தான் நாங்க சொல்லுவோம் circumferences. So in order to find out the circumferences, you have to have the radius value, right? So then the question says, Puta, find out the circumferences of a circle by giving radius as an input. එතකොට දැන් හිතන්නකෝ, now this system has been developed. Assume now your teacher is giving you the radius value as 5. Okay, like it might change, isn't it? Now for example, your teacher has been given the radius value as 5. So you will give the input as 5, and then once after you just type clicked on the button, it will automatically do the calculation and it will give you the answer. That's how this system works. Okay, but actually the system only will be working like this, but when it comes to the real time work, you have to do the calculation, right? You have to multiply it by 2 and then pi and then again, or likewise you have to do the calculation. But instead of doing all those calculation by yourself, you can easily give only the radius value into the system. Okay, assume it could be a calculator or kind of thing. You will be just giving the input and then clicking on one button, it will give you the output. That's how the system, actually coded system, will work. But here now, before we code, we have to come up with these algorithms. Okay, we can't just at once, we can't get into the coding. That's why we are learning flowcharts and pseudocodes, Puta. Okay, I hope you got it. Okay, එතකොට මේක නිකන් question එකක් කියන්නේ, මේක easy question එකක්. නිකන් question එකක්. circumferences එක බලන්න ඕනේ අපි දෙන radius එක අනුව. ඒක එක radius එක එකක් වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්, දෙකක් වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්, 1 2 3 4 500 200 300, how much. Okay, you are the one who is going to decide what input you're going to give. According to the input, it will just give you the output. That's it. Yeah, like this. So you'll be starting the program. Okay, start කරාට පස්සේ radius එක input එකක් විදිහට දෙනවා. It could be 5 or 2 or whatever the value it is. After giving the input, then automatically system will do the process and then it will give you the output. That's it the case. Did you understand, Puta? Nadira, did you got it? Should I need to explain it again? Well done. Just get the you are not going to give the radius value over here. It is an input. Input means you are the one who is going to decide. Okay, input means 1 2 3 4 500 200 8000 or whatever the value it is. Draw this as well, Pudar. Take down this flowchart as well. once after you finish taking down this, please let me know so then I can move the slide. Okay, I can change the slide. ලියා ගන්න. Okay, ඔයාලම ඔයාලා චිට් කරගන්න එපා. ඔයාලා pay කරලා course එකට එනවා නම් somehow there should be an output, right, for the money that you are spending. එතකොට අනිවාර්යෙන් ලියා ගන්න. මං බලන්නේ නැහැ කියලා ඔයාලා නිකන් ඉන්න එපා. හරි රෙකෝඩ් එක තියෙනවනේ බලාගමු කියලා. Don't just wait, be like that. Okay, so at the end your notes are the one which will help you. Okay, then the recording and all the other stuff, whatever the notes that you are taking down will are the one will help you. Make sure to take notes whenever you are attending to a class. Okay, so I'm telling this by my experience.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, Puta, tell me.
மேம் லாஸ்ட் கிளாஸ் ஆக்சுவலி நான் அட்டென்ட் பண்ணல. இது ரெக்கார்டிங் வந்து எந்த குரூப்ல போடுவாங்க எனக்கு புரியல. நான் டெலிகிராம் குரூப்ல மட்டும் தான் இருக்கேன்.
ஆமா, டெலிகிராம் குரூப்ல போடுறாங்க இல்லையா? இல்லாட்டி என்ன புத்தா? ஏன்டா நான் டெலிகிராம்ல இல்ல. நான் வந்து கிளாஸ் மட்டும் தான் செய்வேன். சரியா? அப்ப மத்த இந்த ரெக்கார்டிங் மத்த விஷயம் எல்லாம் வந்து மேனேஜ்மெண்டால கெட்விக் காலேஜால தான் செய்வாங்க. அப்ப நீங்க ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ் வந்து அவங்கள்ட்ட தான் கேட்கணும். நீங்க டெலிகிராம் குரூப்ல ஒரு மெசேஜ் ஒன்று போட்டுடுங்க. இப்படித்தான் இனம் ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ் வரல, இந்த டேட் லாஸ்ட் கிளாஸ் ரெக்கார்டிங்க போட்டுட சொல்லி. ஏழுமா புத்தா?
டெலிகிராம்ல நாங்க ரிப்ளை பண்ண முடியாது மேம்.
முடியாது, அட்மின் மட்டுமா? அப்ப நீங்க பர்சனலா சரி அவங்கள்ட்ட சொல்லுங்க ரெக்கார்டிங்க தர சொல்லி. ஓகே, நானும் சொல்றேன். ஓகே, நானும் அவங்கள்ட்ட சொல்றேன் ஒவ்வொரு நாளுமே ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ போட சொல்லி. பட் யூஸ்வலா போடுவாங்கன்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன். கொஞ்சம் பாருங்க புத்தா, கொஞ்சம் செக் பண்ணி பாருங்க. சரியா?
ஓகே மேம், தேங்க் யூ.
ஓகே புத்தா. Okay, done. Wrote it down. Okay, very good. Then take down the pseudocode as well. Pseudocode எழுதிக்கோங்க. அப்பதான் you will remember. Okay, write down because your brain, Puta, it's like this. Like rather than we are just listening to a song, if we just listen to the song with the video, that like impacts a lot, right? එහෙම නේද? ඔයාගේ brain වැඩ කරන්නේ එහෙමයි. අපි graphically එහෙම බලනකොට එහෙම තමයි. They have uploaded all the recording, it seems. Nadira says you better go and check the recording. வேற அப்ப என்ன தெரியாது, டெலிகிராம் குரூப் அது விஷயம் தெரியா. புதா, இந்த நீங்க வந்து கொஞ்சம் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்ல கதைச்சு நீங்க இப்படித்தான் எனக்கு ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ் எதுவும் இல்லைன்னு சொல்லுங்க. தென் தே வில் எட்யூ டு தட் டெலிகிராம் குரூப். நான் நினைக்கிறமைக்கு நீங்க அந்த டெலிகிராம் குரூப்ல இல்லையே, அதனால தான் உங்களுக்கு ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ் கிடைக்கல. கொஞ்சம் அதை கொஞ்சம் கேட்டுக்கோங்க. ஓகே, கொஞ்சம் பார்த்து ஜாயின் ஆயிக்கோங்க. ஏன்னா நான் செஷன்ஸ் மட்டும் தான் செய்வேன். அப்ப ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ் மற்ற விஷயம் எல்லாம் வந்து நீங்க மேனேஜ்மெண்டோட தான் கொஞ்சம் அந்த கோஆர்டினேட்டரோட கொஞ்சம் கதைச்சு கேட்டுக்கோங்க. Here the link has been given to the I am not much familiar with those things, okay, because I'm not in those major groups and all, right, so I don't have any idea. I just do only the lecturing, so all the other stuff related to the course things and everything you have to discuss it with the coordinator. Okay, fine. I hope you have taken down the pseudocode as well. Shall we move on to the next one? Muhammad has posted the Telegram channel link. So Puta, if you are not in that Telegram group, please click on the link and join there. Then you can get all the recordings through there. Okay. So hopefully this is our third session, right? So continuously come. Don't just like you can think that okay recording එක තියෙනවනේ බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් කියලා හිතන්න එපා. Mostly now I'm telling this with the experience because my first ඔයාලගේ seniors ඉන්නව නේද? එයාලගේ batch එකේ එහෙම තමයි. හරි class එක මම කරනකොට දෙන්නෙක් තුන් දෙනෙක් තමයි attend වෙන්නේ. අන්තිමට මටම දන්න ඒ batch එකේ හිටියලු 25 වලට වඩා වැඩියෙන් ළමයි. Okay, 30 වගේ හිටියා, but only 2 or 3 were attending, but they are going through the recording itself. එහෙම තමයි කිව්වේ. but අන්තිමට මම assignment එක දුන්නට පස්සේ කියනවා මැඩම් මම recording එක බැලුවා, ඒකෙදි එච්චර තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ, පොඩ්ඩක් කියලා දෙන්නකෝ එහෙම එහෙම කියලා ඔක්කොම course එක ඉවර වුණාට පස්සේ මට කියනවා So that cannot happen. I won't do it again. Okay, if you wanted to ask me doubts and questions, you know that, right? Usually once after I completing one thing, okay, pseudo code එක හරි නැත්තම් මොන වුණත් කියලා දුන්නට පස්සේ doubt තියෙනවා නම් එතනින්ම අහන්න කියලා මම කියනවා. එතකොට recording එක විතරක් බලනවා කියලා ඉන්නව නම් ඔයාලා, you can't ask questions or doubts, right? You can't clear it out, isn't it? So definitely join. Okay, 2 hours නේ නේද? 2 hours නිදාගෙන එහෙම ඉන්නට වඩා ඔයාලට attend කරන්න පුළුවන් නේද? එතකොට අන්තිමට ඔයාට ඒක ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Finally your assignment tough. Okay, I will be giving you tough assignments and all. So ඒ කියන්නේ මම ඔයාලට උගන්වපු දේවල් වලින්ම දෙනවා. එතකොට ඒකෙන්ම ඔයාලා මේ struggle වෙනව නම් that is because you have not attend to the classes. Okay, so class attendance කියලා කියන්නේ live attend කරන්න, recording තියලා කියලා නිකන් ඉන්න එපා. හරි? So that's one thing I just wanted to tell. Okay, then if you have taken down this as well, then we can move on to the second question. Okay, so the second question is bit tough than the first question, where it says calculate and display EPF from the salary. That's it. EPF ETF කියන්නේ මොනවද කියලා දන්නවද? කාට හරි දන්නවද? EPF ன்னு சொன்னா என்ன, ETF ன்னு சொன்னா என்ன, உங்களுக்கு தெரியுமா? You might know, right? Like in government sectors puta, in government company or even private company, what they do is when I was working in ESOFT, they were like, they won't give the whole amount the month end. If it is like 50,000, they won't give the whole amount. Okay, so even in that there is a tax amount which will cut off from my salary. Okay, so finally I would get around like 45 or something like that. Okay, if it is 50,000, that's how. Okay, so same as that, it applies for all the salaries. Okay, so whatever the salary amount that you are getting, from that you will get deducted an amount. Okay, එක percentage එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. It could be 1% or 2% or 3% or 8%, whatever it is. Okay, it depends. So now in this question, there is assume that there is a company. So the employees of that company, from their salary, 8% of EPF is being cut off, but still they doesn't know how much is it is. Okay, EPF value එක කීයද? එතකොට දැන් 50,000 නම් එයාගේ salary එකේ ඉඳලා 8% එකක් යනවා නම් ඒක කීයද කියන එක එයාට තාම දන්නේ නැහැ. හරිද? ඒක දැනගන්න ඕනේ නම් මේ සිස්ටම් එකේ තියෙන මේ flow chart එක හරිය නැත්නම් pseudo code එකේ වගේ තමයි ඒක කරන්න ඕනේ. So let me explain you how we can write or else draw the flow chart for that particular question. So we will be starting the program පුතා. Then employee කෙනෙක් ඇවිල්ලා එයාගේ salary amount එක input එකක් විදිහට දෙනවා. එක්කෝ ඒක 25,000 වෙන්න පුළුවන්, 20,000 වෙන්න පුළුවන්, 1 lakh වෙන්න පුළුවන්, 2 lakh වෙන්න පුළුවන්. කොච්චරක් වුණත් අවුලක් නැහැ. ඒ හැම value salary එකකටම 8% එකක් එයාගේ salary එකේ ඉඳලා 8% එකක් cut off වෙනවා කියන එක තමයි මෙතන තියෙන EPF එක. හරි? then අපි input එක parallelogram එකෙන් අරගෙන ඇවිල්ලා rectangle එකේ ගිහින් මොනවාද process එකක් කරනවා. EPF එක කීයද කියලා බලන්න අර දුන්න input value එක තියෙනවනේ salary value එක ඒක අපි multiply කරනවා 8 divided by 100. 8 divided by 100 කියන්නේ you know that if it is 8% then it has to be 8 divided by 100 නේද? එතකොට EPF එක අපි බලනවා කොහමද? salary then 25,000 නම් 25,000 එකේ 8% කීයද? 20,000 එකේ 8% කීයද? 10,000 එකේ 8% කීයද කියන එක තමයි අපි බලන්නේ. එතකොට ඒ 8% එක කීයද කියන එක මෙතන finally ඔයාගේ EPF එක මෙච්චරයි. ඔයාගේ salary එකේ EPF එක ඒක 3,000 වෙන්න පුළුවන්, 5,000 වෙන්න පුළුවන්, 100 වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේ මොනාරි ගාණක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. விளங்கிச்சா உங்களுக்கு இது? பொதுவா வந்து நீங்க ஒரு கவர்மெண்ட் செக்டருக்கோ இல்லாட்டி பிரைவேட் செக்டர்னாலுமே நீங்க சேலரி அவங்க வந்து ஃபுல் சேலரியும் உங்களோட கைக்கு அப்படியே தர மாட்டாங்க. இப்போ 50,000 சொன்னாங்கன்னா 50,000 உங்களோட கைக்கு தர மாட்டாங்க. அப்ப இன்ஸ்டெட் ஆஃப் அது தாரத்துக்கு பதில என்ன செய்வாங்கன்னா அதுல ஒரு சேலரி ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு டெக்ஸ் அமௌண்ட் ஒன்றை வந்து கட் பண்ணுவாங்க. சரியா? அது 8% ஐக்கலாம், 10% ஐக்கலாம், ஏதோ ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு வெளி ஒன்றை வந்து கட் பண்ணுவாங்க. அப்ப உங்களோட சேலரிக்கு சரி சேலரிட மாதிரிக்கு வந்து அது வெட்டுப்படும். சரி, இப்ப 20,000 அதுல ஒரு மேபி 2,000 இல்லாட்டி 1,500 அந்த மாதிரி. இதே 1,00,000 சொன்னா அதுல ஒரு 5,000 அந்த மாதிரி ஏதோ ஒரு வெளி ஒன்று வந்து அதுல இருந்து ஒரு 8% வந்து கட் பண்ணப்படும். அப்ப அந்த 8% வந்து எவ்வளோ அப்படின்னு பாக்குறதுக்கு ஏண்ட சேலரி இவ்வளோண்டா அதுல 8% வந்து எவ்வளோ, ஓகே, அத மாதிரியான ஒரு கல்குலேஷனை பண்றதுக்கு தான் இந்த சிஸ்டம் வந்து செய்யப்பட்டிருக்குது. කලංගිචා තේරුණාද? දැන් මේකේ පුතා salary එකේ 90 තමයි මේ 8%. දැන් salary 10000 නම් ඒකෙදි like 1000 වෙන්න පුළුවන් නැත්නම් 800 වෙන්න පුළුවන් මොනාරි ඒ වගේ value එකක් තමයි එයාගේ මොනවාද EPF එක වෙන්නේ. okay එතකොට ඒක නැතුව මේ ඉතුරු ගාණ තමයි යාට ලැබෙන්නේ. එතකොට මේ tax එක කීයද? කම්පැනි එකේ tax එක කීයක්ද ගන්නෙ මගේ salary එකෙන් ඉඳලා කියලා බලන එක තමයි මේ system එක. is it clear? තේරුණාද මේක? okay යන්න කලින් මේකත් ඔයාලා ලියා ගන්න. calculate and display EPF 8% from salary කියන එක ලියා ගන්න. මේක ලියාගත්තාම කියන්න. okay after taking it down just let me know.
Recording in progress.
Are you done? If you are done with it, let me know. Okay, then take down the flow chart for this as well. ඊට පස්සේ ඔයාලා ගෙදරදී homework එක මේක homework එක මතක තියාගන්න. You have to write down the flow chart for this pseudocode. No, you have to write the pseudocode for this flow chart, okay? For this question. Then pseudocode එක නෑනේ මෙතන. Only the flow chart is there. So I need you to write down the pseudocode as well. Puta, okay, very good. Nadira, can you just take a picture of the pseudocode and send it to me through this? Then, yeah, very good. So she has written the pseudocode itself. Just take and send it to me, then I can have a look and give you the feedback. Very good, very good. So I just want all the others also to be same as Nadira. Just be enthusiastic because whenever you just give it a try, then you are just trying something new, right? යවන්න මට outputs යවන්න. Don't worry about others, okay? කවුරු හරි මොනාරි හිතයිද බණීද කියලා මොකුත් හිතන්න එපා. Even though if it is wrong, just send it, okay? Just do it, okay? Do practice, that's it. That's what I always used to tell. Okay, so then I just want you to take down this question as well. But for this question, I will explain the question, but I won't show you the pseudocode or else this flow chart. I want you to practice it at home and come. Okay, practice at home and then show it to me. Okay, so make it among what a flow chart එකක්වත් නැත්නම් pseudocode එකක්වත් මං යවන්නේ ඔයාට මේ පෙන්නන්න. But instead of that, I want you to do that and send it to me. Okay, show it to me. Then මේක බලන්න, calculate and display VAT 15% and selling price from price. Then ඔයා හිතන්න when you are okay, very good. Salary, very good, very good, very good. Yeah, very good. Muhammad, very good. So any other like this? Muhammad වගේ වෙන කාරු හරි ඉන්නවද මට යවන්න? මේ pseudo code එක යා විතරයි යවලා තියන්නේ. Very good. Same as this, I just want you to do the calculation for this as well. We'll see whether if you can just send me the only the type and send me only the pseudo code. Okay, for this question for now. And then later you can draw the flow chart and send it to me. Okay, then I'll explain what does the question says. Calculate and display the VAT 15% and selling price from the price. That means, Puta, when you are going to a shop to buy a pen, okay, assume that you are going to a shop to buy just a marker pen. Then they won't sell the okay, so assume that it is 550. Okay, 550 කියලා හිතන්නකෝ. එතකොට ඒ 50 rupees කියන එක තමයි VAT එක. තේරුණාද? නිකන් ඒ වගේ අර කියන්නේ දැන් හිතන්නකෝ ඔයා දැන් කඩේට ගන්න දේවල් ඔක්කොම එයාලා ඒ ගානටම ඔයාට විකුණන්නේ නැහනේ. Isn't it? They won't sell it to the price, the wholesale price එක එයාලා හැමම දෙන්නේ නැහැ. So then whatever the product that you buy from the shop, okay, it has this like what we can say, a VAT value has been added with it. Okay, so it could be defined. Okay, කියන්නේ එක බඩුවට කියලා වෙන වෙනම VAT value එකක් ඒකත් එක්ක add වෙනවා. හරි? එතකොට දැන් නිකන් හිතන්න price බඩු එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒකේ actually දැන් price එක කීයද කියලා දන්නවද? නිකන් හිතන්න 500 කියලා. එයාගේ 500 එකත් එක්ක VAT value එක එකතු වුණාම okay add කරාම maybe it could be like VAT එක හිතන්නකෝ දැන් price එක 500 නම් අපි 15% එක calculate කරාම ඒකට එනවා කියලා හිතන්නකෝ 150 කියලා. ඒ 150 එක අපි ඒකත් එක්ක add කරලා තමයි selling price එක display කරන්නේ. Then already price එක 500, VAT value එක එකතු වුණාට පස්සේ 650 වෙනවා. Is it clear? Likewise. So salary. Yeah, very good, Nadira. Any other answers like this? Okay, now I just want you to type the pseudocode for this question and send it to me. Can you? Calculate and display VAT 15% and display the price from selling price from the price. එතකොට display කරන්න ඕනෙලු selling price කීයද කියලා. දැන් මම කිව්වා වගේ 500 තියෙනවා නම් එක බඩුවේ price එක 500 කියලා හිතන්න. VAT එක 15% බැලුවාම if it is like assume that it is 150 කියලා හිතන්නකෝ. 150 එක එකතු වුණා මේකට ඒකත් එක්ක කීයක් වෙයිද? 650. ඒ වගේ. Okay, write the pseudocode and send it to me. If not, type it and send it to me. Okay, now you have time, you just send it to me. ஹெமோம கராන්න, okay? ஒத்தர் மட்டும் செஞ்சு அனுப்புறது இல்ல, எல்லாருமே செய்யுங்க. அப்பதான் உங்களுக்கு இன்னும் practice ஆகும். Input price process bet. No, Puta. Yeah, but your concept, you have understood the concept, but when you are writing this pseudocode, it should not be like this. Harida. Input දර ඔයාර ඩබල් කොටේෂන් එහෙම දාලා තියෙනවනේ පුතා. ඒක එහෙම තියෙන්න බෑ. හරි? ඒ වගේම මෙතන process කියලා දාන්න එපා. හරි? process කියලා දාන්න නැතුව VAT කියලා විතරක් දැම්ම නම් හරි. Okay? VAT කියලා විතරක් දාලා price එක multiply කරනවා 15 yeah divided by 100 එකේ පස්සේ ඔයාට VAT එක ලැබෙනවා. Selling price is equal to price. Very good. Display VAT and selling price කියලා. Okay, VAT and selling price. Okay, but you can make it more clear. Okay, very good. Okay, any other? Then මෙයා විතරයි යවල. දුමිඩු විතරයි මට යවල තියෙන්නේ මේ question එකට. Yeah, very good. Price multiplied by selling price plus VAT. Yeah, very good. This is what I expected. Mohammed, really great, eh? This is what I expected actually. Start input price, VAT price multiply karnawa, selling price, yeah, with the label. Very good. You have written it in the same way which I am expecting. Okay, this is how you have to write the pseudocode. Okay, pseudocode එක ලියනකොට අර double quotation එක ඇතුලේ එන එක එහෙමම display වෙනවනේ. එතකොට ඔයා හැම තැනකෙම double quotation එක පාවිච්චි කරොත් පුතා ඒක එහෙමම display වෙයි. දැන් first price කියන එක එහෙමම display වෙයි. Okay, ඒ විදිහට ඔයා මේක ලියන කොටත් ඔයාලා අර පරිස්සමෙන් ලියන්න ඕනේ. රියල් කෝඩින් කරනවා වගේම හිතාගෙන කරන්න. Okay, Kanza saying okay fine Puta, you just go through the recording, but this thing today only I started. Okay, even though if they are doing the flowchart and pseudocode, today only I started. Okay, among first class I was just explaining the things. Okay, I didn't start anything pseudocode or any other thing. Now only even like Dumindu and everyone are learning, right? Today is the first class for them as well. Okay, first class they are learning this, so you also can give it a try. You can't say that I was not in the last class, because today only I am teaching this thing. So yeah, only I got two outputs only I got from Dumidu and Muhammad. What about others? Okay, I'll give you time. Just do it and send me. Just type it out and just drop it. Muhammad, you have really done a great job, and as well as Dumindu. But Dumindu, in your case, Puta, you have the idea, but please try to remove all these double quotation, because Puta, input kiyala oya double quotation ke tuledi first price kiyala demo thing, it will display as it is. Understood? As I told you earlier, whatever that you type in between the double quotation will get displayed as it is. Okay. Now, even though if you have done the process in between the double quotation, wet equal to first price multiplied by 15 upon 100, everything will get displayed that as it is. It should not be inside the double quotation. It should be just, okay, like as Muhammad has done. Okay, very good, Dumindu, very good, keep it up. Sindhujan has been sent me input selling price from price. No, not selling price from price, Buddha. You have to take only the input, but only the price as an input. Finally only you will be displaying the selling price. Selling price mean Puta, already ඔයා ගාව price එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒකත් එක්ක VAT එක add කරාට පස්සේ තමයි selling price එක ඔයාට ලැබෙන්නේ. තේරුණාද? දැන් 500 නම් VAT එක 150 නම් 150 plus 500 දෙකම එකතු වුණාට පස්සේ තමයි selling price එක. ඔයා කඩේට ගියාම එයාලා එක්ක price එක ඔයාට sell කරන්නේ නැහැ. VAT value එක add කරලා තමයි sell කරන්නේ නේද? Puta, Sinjuja, can you do it again and send it to me? Try to avoid this thing. You have the idea, but here multiplication has to be done 15. No, it's wrong, Puta. Do it again. Yeah, 15 multiplied with 15. No, this is wrong. Sindhuja, do it again and send it to me, dear. But great, really great. You have give it a try. Really appreciating. But do it again, Puta. You can, definitely you can. You have the idea, but small changes has to be done. Any other answers? Who else? No one is just trying even. Only 2, 3 send me. What about others? Why you guys are just, no, don't just watch the recording and just be at the class, okay? Do the things. Yeah, price, VAT multiplied by, yeah, display price from. No, Buddha, selling price from. Here, Buddha, it's okay. Now you are getting the price. No, it should be like this. Yeah, you are starting and then input. Wait. Sinjuja, look at this, Buddha. Starting, you still didn't have got the idea. See, and then you are getting the price as an input, and then you have to create what? The variable. That is equal to price only has to be multiplied by 15 upon 100. Because VAT එක නේ ඔයා බලන්නේ පුතා නේ. VAT එක බලන්න ඕනේ නම් ඔයා price එක තමයි මේ 15 upon 15 divided by 100 එකෙන් multiply කරන්න ඕනේ. පස්සේ තමයි ඒ VAT එක price එකත් එක්ක add කරනවා ඔයා. තේරුණාද? අන්තිමටනේ ඔයාට මේ price එක selling price එක කීයද කියලා බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ. පොඩ්ඩ බලන්න පුතා ඒක. Zainab is okay. VAT is equal to, okay, very good, very good. Yeah, really great. Zainab, great job, very good. Input price, selling price is equal to price multiplied by, why is that? Why is this 150 multiplied by divided by 100 Buddha? 15 upon 100 නේ price එක බලන්න නම් ඔයා මුලින්ම පුතා වෙට් එක බලන්න. වෙට් එක බලන්න තමයි ඔයා මෙතන කියන්න ඕනේ. මොහම්මඩ් what is this පුතා? Start input
டீச்சர்
price. Yeah.
டீச்சர் இப்ப நாங்க வந்து அந்த வெட்ட தனியா 15 பார்த்துட்டு திரும்ப பிரைஸோட கூட்ட கூட பிரைஸ் 100% தான் டீச்சர். அப்ப ரெண்டையும் சேர்த்து ஒரே அடிக்கு 115% போட்டு தான் சார் நான் பார்த்தேன். அது சரியானு தான் கேட்டேன்.
ஓகே பரவாயில்ல. சரியான ஆன்சர் வந்துச்சுன்னா சரி. ஓகே அப்ப நீங்க பைத்தான் என்னன்னா சூடோ கோட் வந்து ஒரே மாதிரி வராது. ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் ஒவ்வொரு மாதிரி வருவாங்க ஆன்சர்ஸ். ஓகே பட் கல்குலேஷன் சரியாச்சுன்னா சரி. ஓகே பட் அது ஸ்டெப் பை ஸ்டெப் தானே புத்தா போறேன் நாங்க. என்ன எல்கோரிதம் அப்படி தானே. அப்ப ஈஸி தானே என்ன சுட்டி தான் ஸ்டெப் பை ஸ்டெப்பா எல்கோரிதம் சரி. ஓகே பாப்போம் நாங்க அதே பாப்போம். சரியா
ஜஸாக்கல்லாஹ் ஹைர் டீச்சர்.
பாரக்கல்லாஹ். Sajipan start selling price multiplied by 115. Okay, displayed the answer is no. You have to get the input. Where are the input? Sajipan, no. You have started Putta, but you have not got the input. Neither input kannone விளங்கிச்சுட்டா. நீங்க வந்து இன்புட்டை வந்து எடுக்கணும் சச்சிப்பன். உள்ளீடு ஒன்று வந்துச்சுன்னா தானே நீங்க அதை வச்சு வந்து பார்க்கலாம். உள்ளீடு என்னண்டே தெரியாம நாங்க செல்லிங் பிரைஸ்ன்னு சொல்லல புத்தா. செல்லிங் பிரைஸ்னு என்ன தெரியுமா, நீங்க விற்கிற விலை. இப்ப நான் சொல்லவா, ஒரு கடைக்கு நீங்க போறீங்க, அந்த கடையில வந்து ஒரு பேனை ஒன்று வாங்குறதுக்கு ஈக்குது. அப்ப கடைக்காரர் என்ன செஞ்சுப்பாருன்னு சொன்னா, உங்களுக்கு அந்த பேனை 150 ரூபாய்க்கு தாராண்டு வைப்போம். ஆனா அவர் அதை எடுக்கக்குள்ளே 100 ரூபாய்க்கு எடுத்திப்பாரு. சரியா, எடுத்து அதுல வந்து 15%, 100 ரூபாயில வந்து 15% பார்த்துட்டு அதை வந்து ஒரு 150 ரூபா உண்டு எடிஷனல். பொது சும்மா சொல்றேன். சரியா, 100 ரூபாயில 15% எவ்வளவு வரும்? சும்மா நான் சொல்றேன் 15 ரூபா வரேன்ட்டு வைங்களே. அப்ப அந்த 15 ரூபாவை கூட்டுறாங்க. சரியா, இதோட 100 ரூபாவோட இப்ப 115 ரூபாவா தான் உங்களுக்கு விற்கிறாரு. அப்ப செல்லிங் பிரைஸ் வந்து அந்த 115 ரூபா இல்லைங்கச்சா. அப்ப பிரைஸ் வந்து ஆல்ரெடி இருக்கிற பிரைஸோட வெட்ட அவங்க வெட்டுன்னு சொன்னா, நீங்க வெட்டுன்னு சொல்றது ஒரு டெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன்று மாதிரி. அந்த டெக்ஸ்ட வந்து கூட்டுறாங்க. கூட்டிறதுக்கு போறதான் செல்லிங்க வந்து உங்களுக்கு அனுப்புவாங்க. சரியா, கொஞ்சம் பார்த்து பாருங்க கதை. ஸ்டார்ட். Actual price is 200. You won't get the after multiplying is the answer is 350 puta. Ilo just check it. 200 ek oya multiply karanang 15 upon 100 ek you won't get 350. Calculator ke balanna ඔයා වෙන value එකක් තමයි ගන්නෙ. අර value එක අරන් තමයි 200 එකත් එක්ක add කරන්න ඕනේ. Okay, 150 වගේ එනවනම් ඒ 150 එක 200 එකත් එක්ක add කරලා තමයි selling price එක දෙන්න ඕනේ. හරි, ටිකක් බලන්න සූඩෝ කෝඩ් එක ඔයාලට තාම තේරිලා නැහැ. ඒකයි සමහර අයට. selling price no Nadira, selling price you won't get the selling price as an input. Okay, I'll share you the only few has done it correctly. First you won't get the selling price as an input. Then හිතන්නකෝ ඔයා කඩේට යනවා, selling price එකම ඔයා input එකක් දුන්නාම ඒ කොහොමද පුතා? price එකනේ input එකක් විදිහට දෙන්න ඕනේ. price එක input එකක් විදිහට දීලා ඊට පස්සේ තමයි VAT එක බලලා VAT එක එකතු කරලා තමයි selling price එක බලන්නේ. விளங்கிச்சா? நீங்க வந்து price first க்கு பாப்பீங்க. price க்கு தான் ஒரு VAT பாப்பீங்க. பார்த்துட்டு அந்த VAT price-ஓட கூட்டுவீங்க. கூட்டினது பிறகு தான் sell பண்ற price எவ்வளவுன்னு வரும். அப்படி இல்லாம வராது. நீங்க செல்லிங் பிரைஸே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் எடுத்தீங்கன்னா அப்ப தேவையே இல்லை. இவ்வளவு பெரிய ஒரு ப்ராசஸ் நாங்க பண்ணணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லைனா. இப்ப பாருங்க இது getting the price as an input. Price only has to be taken input. Okay, not the selling price. Selling price නෙවෙයි. Okay, selling price එක තමයි බලන්න කියලා තියෙන්නේ. output එක වෙන්න ඕනේ selling price එක. Okay, so selling price வந்து output, அது input இல்ல. சரியா? அப்ப price தான் நீங்க input எடுப்பீங்க. price ன்னு சொன்னா ஏற்கனவே இருக்கிற price. Okay, 500 னா 500. That is the input. Okay. Okay, Khadija, you have done it correctly. Okay, very good. Very good. So here the VAT, then you have to go on to the VAT. VAT කියලා එක්කෙනෙක් හදලා VAT ඔයා ඉන්න price එක අපි multiply කරනවා by 15 upon 100. එතකොටනේ අපිට value එකක් මෙතනට එන්නේ 500 නම් නිකන් හිතන්නකෝ මම ඔයාලට calculator එකක් open කරලා පෙන්නන්නම්. I'll open the calculator and I'll show you how this works actually. Actually we gonna develop all these things. Okay. සමහර අයට තේරිලා නැහැ තාම. ඒකයි හොඳට බලා ගන්න කියලා කියන්නේ. So see, then හිතන්න ඔයා කඩේට ගියා කියලා. Okay, நீங்க கடை ஒன்றுக்கு போயிட்டீங்க. You have gone to the shop just to buy a pen. Okay, pen එකක් buy කරන්න ගිහින් කියලා හිතන්න. Okay, and then once after you go to the shop, they are telling okay pen is there but it is එයාට තමයි දන්නේ actual price එක කීයද කියලා. Actual price එක. Okay, not the selling price. එතකොට actual price එක එයා ඒක අරන් ඇති for 500. Assume it is 500 කියලා. ஹரியா அப்ப அவங்க 500 ரூபாய்க்கு அதை எடுத்துக்கிறாங்க. அவர் கடையால் வந்து வேற யார்ட்டாச்சும் 500 ரூபாய்க்கு எடுத்துக்கிறாரு. But instead of selling it for 500, එයා ඒ value එකත් එක්ක 500 එකත් එක්කම තව value එකක් add කරනවා. ඒක තමයි මේ VAT කියන tax එක. tax එකක්. මේක tax එකක් තමයි මේ VAT කියන එක. like EPF, ETF වගේ government tax කියලා තියෙන්නේ ඒකක් තමයි මේ VAT කියන එක. එතකොට මේ price එකත් එක්ක price එක 500 නම් we have to multiply it by 15 divided by but 100 75. එතකොට 500 නම් ඒකට එන VAT value එක 75 ලු. තේරුණාද? இப்ப 500 ரூபாய் தான் அந்த ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட்டோட வேல்யூ வந்து 500 ரூபான்னு சொன்னா அதோட VAT value வந்து 75 ரூபாவாம். then selling price එක බලන්නට අපි මොනවද කරන්න ඕනේ? already අපි මොනවද කීයද දුන්නේ? 500 නේ. එතකොට VAT value එක 75 කියලා දන්නවා. let's add 75 with 500. finally you will get 575. මේක තමයි එයාලා අර ස්ටිකර් එකේදී ලියලා ඒ පෙන් එකේදී අලවල දෙන එක. understood? වැලංගිචා ඉපන් ඔලකේ. okay, so this is how it works. okay, automatically you no need to go and type all the values. just price එක විතරක් ඔයා 500 කියලා විතරක් දුන්නාම automatically system එකේ ඇතුලේදී 15% එක වෙట్లా මේ දේවල් ඔක්කොම add කරලා selling price එක මේකයි VAT එක 75 selling price එක 575 කියලා වැටෙනවා. එතකොට කඩේ ඉන්න කෙනා ඔයාට මේ ඔක්කොම calculator එකේ කරගෙන ඉන්න නැතුව එයා actual price එක දීලා VAT එකත් බලලා ඔයාට කියනවා 575 එකක් දෙන්න පුතා කියලා. then you will give the money. then they will give you the exchange. that's how it works. Is it clear? Did you got it? Now is it clear? Now I want you to write down the pseudocode. Okay, I'll write the pseudocode as well and then I'll show you. Let me open the notepad. Notepad take man karla pennan ko yalata. Yeah. Start. Sorry. Start. Okay, starting the program. And also whenever you are typing the pseudocode you have to maintain this coding standard. බලන්න start එකත් stop එකත් එකම line එකේ එන්න ඕනේ. හරිද? තේරුණාද? stop and start should be in the same line. stop. See, like this. Okay, same line. And input එක ගන්න. Okay, input, let's take in one another line. Okay, input and output. Output both are in the same line. තේරුණාද මේක? Okay, I hope you got it. See, start and stop is one line, input and output in one line because both are same නේ නේද? input and මේක දෙකම input දෙකම එකයි. දැන් input එක අපි ගන්නවා. okay, then මේ පේනක් ගන්නවා නම් price එක. price එක තමයි අපි input එකක් විදිහට ගන්න ඕනේ. yes, give the price as the input. then again බලන්න process එක වෙන්නේ වෙනම line එකේ. this is how you have to write the all the line should not start with the same line. Okay, same direction, it should be like this. okay, may start and end එක එකම line එකේ input and output and then process වෙනම line එකේ වගේ. now අපි මොනවද බලන්න ඕනේ? VAT එක තමයි බලන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට VAT කියලා එක්කෙනෙක්ට අපි කියමු VAT ඔයා බලන්න price එක multiply කරන්න මොනවත් එක්කද 15% තමයි එයාගේ මේ මොනවාද but VAT text amount එක ඒ percentage එක 15% නම් you have to do like this. and then finally output එක බලන්න කලින් there's another process has to be done, right? selling price එක බලන්න. එතකොට මම SP කියලා කියන්නම්. selling price එක බලන්න price එකත් එක්ක we have to add what VAT එක. එච්චරයි. VAT එක add කරන්න ඕනේ. okay, පස්සේ finally අපි කියමු in between in between the double quotation. Let's say the selling price is. මේක තමයි බලන්න කිව්වේ මං. selling price එක කීයද? ඔයා selling price එකම මුලින්ම ගන්නව නම් එතකොට මේ වගේ calculation එකක් ඕනේ නැහැ නේද? selling price එකම input එකක් විදිහට ගන්නව නම්, isn't it? So if you wanted to find out the selling price only, you have to do this calculation. If you already know what is the selling price, then no need. Then සමහර විට ඔයාලා සමහර අය ලියලා තියෙනවා input එක selling price කියලා. That is wrong. Okay. So is කියලා out of the double quotation you can say with the comma. Okay, comma එකක් දාලා බලන්න මේක මම comma එකක් දාලා you can say what? SP. එච්චරයි. That's all. See how easy it is. So you're getting the price as the input and then having the price may 15% කීයද කියලා බලනවා and then a 15% ආවට පස්සේ actual price then 500 නම් 500 එකත් එක්ක අපි VAT value එක add කරනවා and then selling price එක මෙච්චරයි කියලා පෙන්නනවා. තේරුණාද හැමෝටම මේක තේරුණාද? Yeah, this is also Sajeepan, this is also correct. Okay, இதுவும் சரிதான். ஆனா நீங்க இதை வந்து bracket உள்ளுக்கு போட்டுக்கோங்க. அந்த p multiplied by 15 upon 100 ன்னு தானே, அதை வந்து ஒரு bracket குள்ள போட்டுக்கோனீங்கன்னா அது முடிஞ்சதுக்கு போறோம் price வந்து அதோட 8 ஆகும் அந்த மாதிரி. Okay, correct, very good. Selling price. Okay, very good. சரி, அப்ப விளங்குது. ஆனா கொஞ்சம் ட்ரை. இப்ப நான் உங்களுக்கு செஞ்சு காட்ட சொன்ன சுட்டி தான் உங்களுக்கு இது விளங்கிச்சு. இப்ப நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட்டுக்கு தந்ததே நீங்க எழுதிந்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னா உங்களுக்கு இது கூட லேஸ் ஐந்திக்கும். ஏன்னா நான் இதை எழுதுங்கன்னு சொன்னேன். So in the continuing classes we will be learning the selections and loops as well. சரியா, நாங்க அடுத்தடுத்த கிளாஸ்ல selection எப்படி செய்யறது, ஒரு loop ஒன்று எப்படி செய்யறது இதெல்லாம் படிச்சு தருவேன். சரியா, loop programmed என்ன. So here in continuing slides it is what is being continued. Okay, the next section is selection. Okay, me selection එක තමයි අපි ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්නේ. So I will be explaining what is selection is, how a selection program can be created and everything I'll be teaching. So prepared වෙලා එන්න. දැන් මම ඔයාලට කියලා දුන්න දේවල් වලින් සූඩෝ කෝඩ් එක නැති ඒ දේවල්, දැන් ෆ්ලෝ chart එක නැති ඒවා එකට එහෙම ලියා ගන්න. You just write like draw the things. Okay, if it doesn't have the flow chart, just try to draw the flow chart. If you don't have the pseudo code, just write down the pseudo code. Okay, ඒ වගේ ටිකක් practice කරන්න. එතකොට තමයි ඔයාලට හොඳටම පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ. Okay, just give it a you just try to do practice more, then you will really understand it all. Okay, so any other? No, Skanza, you should not write it like this. So pseudocode is not like this. It's wrong, Putta. So as I taught you right now, I was explaining it in the notepad. There is a way. Okay, pseudocode ලියනවනම් නිකන් ඔයාට ලියලා දාන්න බෑ. There is a way. It should start and then it should stop. There should be something called input. There should be something called output. There should be a process where you will be assigning something to that process. Likewise, you can't just type and send. Okay. Okay, Mohammed, that also can be done, right? 100. No, you are not to get. That's why I was telling Putta, Mohammed, the first thing which you did was correct. இப்போ நீங்க செஞ்ச selling price எப்படி input எடுப்பீங்க? நீங்க பார்க்க போறதே வந்து price என்னது selling price தானே. அப்ப நீங்க இங்க price of the thing என்று சொல்லி கொடுத்து அப்ப selling price னா விற்க போற விலை. விற்க போற விலை ஏற்கனவே தெரிஞ்சுட்டா அப்ப நீங்க அதை செய்யணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லைனா. அப்ப நீங்க விற்க போற விலை எவ்வளோன்னு பார்க்க போறீங்க. That's the thing. அனேஷா. So விற்க போற விலையை பார்க்கணும்டா ஆல்ரெடி நான் வாங்கின பொருள்ட விலையை வச்சு அதுக்கு ஒரு வெட்டை கூட்டி அதோட கூட்டி தான் நீங்க அதை இது பண்ணுவீங்க, செல் பண்ணுவீங்க. இல்லைங்கச்சா? So try to understand, do more practice, then you will really understand it well. Now we can wind up the session. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. And even though if you have doubt, okay, please try to practice. Okay, practice a lot. questions ටික බලන්නේ questions වලට මේ practice හොඳට කරන්න pseudo code flow charts දෙකම practice කරන්න හොඳට then you will really understand මුලින්ම කාටත් මේක තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ තමයි okay at the beginning it is bit hard okay but whenever you do more practice you will be really easy it will be really easy for you to do the things okay so first at the beginning it is somehow it is hard I know that don't worry ඔයාට දන්නේ නැහැ ලියා ගන්න බැරි වුණා හැම කියලා worry වෙන්න එපා කොහොමදත් මේක practice කරන්න තමයි පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ okay then so if you don't have anything in your okay so there shall I give you a homework shall I then you can do it at home and come right for both the flow chart and pseudocode yeah I'll read it you take it down சரியா நான் வந்து இங்கிலீஷால ரீட் பண்றேன் ஒரு क्वेश्चन உண்டு சின்ன क्वेश्चन தான் this is a really a easy one so you just take it down in a piece of paper and then do it at home okay pseudocode and flowchart dekama kara hada me draw karagena enna okay shall I read
Yes, ma'am.
yeah so the question is write a program எல்லாரும் எழுதிக்கோங்க லியா கண்ணு write a program to input your name write a program to input your name then display it on the screen நானே டைப் பண்ண உங்களுக்கு அப்ப விளங்குமே write a program with the label என்னது my name is my name is சொல்லி இங்க எனக்கு உங்க நேம் வரும் that's the question is it clear write a program to input your name then display it on the screen with the label my name is enna உங்க name enna that's it do both the pseudocode and flowchart for this question and show it to me in the next class okay definitely I need all of your answers for this okay very good all of you just give it a try don't just sit and watch the recording and just be in the class okay paying your money there should be a worth for it right maybe your parents or maybe you might be earning and spending your money on this course so you have to make sure that you are gaining all the but the main benefits okay so the benefit should be there right சும்மா வந்தோம் சல்லி கட்டணும் படிச்சோம் போனோம் டிக்கலவே எல்லாம் படிச்சதுக்கான ஒரு அவுட்புட் நல்ல ஒரு அவுட்புட் இருந்தா தான் அதுல எதுவும் பிரயோஜனம் வைக்கும் so like since this is online session I can't just all the time I can't ask you to do that and this okay I can just tell you things okay because I'm not watching whether you are even watching the videos so I don't know whether you are going through the recordings So guys, I just need you to do the practice and also be present. Okay, be present in the session while I'm teaching, so then only you will definitely understand. If not, you might tell, no, I was not in the last class, I was not in that class and this class. Okay, you can't tell that, because today only I started to teach pseudocode and flowcharts. May at the same time there were some telling that they were not in the last class. In the last class I didn't even start to teach even this part. Okay, so today is the first time for all you. I just started this section. Okay, this separate section. So it is in your hand to choose who you are and to become who you wanted to become. So just don't keep as you are being all the time. Okay, දවසක් ගියාට පස්සේ අනේ අපරාධ කියලා හිතන්න එපා එහෙම. Yeah, very good. Your name க்கு වඩා you can tell that name. Okay, input name, display my name is name. Your name னு சொல்றதுக்கு விட name னு சொல்றது நல்லது. அது ஒரு வேரியபிள் மாதிரி தானே. But very good, Mohammed. Okay, then do both the pseudocode and flowchart. I need both of it. Okay, both of it I need it. Yeah, very good. Yeah, this is correct. Start. See, easy, right? See, start, input name, display my name is name. That's it. Very good. Very good, Muhammad. Any other answers? If possible, send it to me right now. If not, we can wind up the session. We can catch up in the next class. Okay, next Thursday, isn't it? So then I will be checking. I will be asking you to send you the outputs as well as the both the flowchart and pseudocodes. රෙන්ඩෙම සෙයිං සරියා දෙකම කරන්න. එතකොට තමයි ඔයාලට දෙකම ඒ කියන්නේ කරන්න ඔයා මොනාරි එකක් try කරන්න කට තමයි ඒක පුරුදු වෙන්නේ නේද? Yeah. Fine then. Okay then. See you in the next class. Okay guys.